Yes. And you have 11 2-minute breaks assigned, is that correct? Alrighty. Got it. Thank you. Yes, I will be sending you to breaks and the pregame, the studio crew, pregame, halftime, postgame, they will send you to break 1, 6, and 11. 11 being the term. It will not, because I will have them muted. You're in the same audio channel as the studio crew. So as long as you're not saying anything while they're talking, you're good to go, and you can communicate with me through my headphones, and you won't go out on air. Yep. Alrighty, sounds good.
Back-to-back carries. He's off to the races
Mike.
again. Can he repeat?
Rose fumbles it, and Baltimore's going to run this back. You cannot be serious.
He's going to take another deep shot. Diving catch, Mason Kirby. What?
That's deflected away. Oh! Hey! What a catch!
More stepping back, and he's nearly broke down, but it's intercepted. The run for the first down away.
Vincent is on his way.
Oh my goodness, it's an embarrassment of riches.
Makes more, and he is to the house. An unreal play.
You're gonna get the look at the
Oh, he got it.
Baltimore walks it off. And here we are, championship Saturday here. Thank you for joining us here for the season 18 championship game of the Simulation Football League. Josh Zirkle, Mike St. Green joining here in studio for pregame. Mike, how are you? Are you as pumped up as I am?
Hey, Josh, good to be here with you, Josh, man. I'm excited, and I can tell you how important this day is because I have a tie on. It's very rare that anybody could get me in a tie. So wedding day, maybe church occasionally, but hey, man, that's an important day. So we are going to put the tie on and put a significance on how important this day is.
No, I left my tie at home. I'm gonna have to maybe get it mailed to me here in time for halftime. But we are here now. We are down to two teams. They are going to play for the SFL championship this afternoon. Let's go to the bracket and show you what has transpired so far in this remarkable postseason. Lone Star pulling off maybe the mother of all upsets, Michael, beating Vancouver at Vancouver, and of course Baltimore with a little shock of their own, upsetting the best defense we had in the SFL this season. Louisiana allowed fewer than 20 points a game. Baltimore hung 34 on them. And then here we are, Lone Star and Baltimore, a couple of great franchises, Michael. Lone Star has not been below 500 since they moved to Denton, Texas at the start of season 15. Meanwhile, Baltimore has had a winning season every year they've been in the SFL, starting with season 11. And Michael, tell us about this insane winning percentage that Baltimore has at home.
Yeah, Josh, we couldn't have asked for a better matchup, actually. Was it a big upset for me that Lone Star beat Vancouver? No, so I'm not surprised that they're here right now. But the winning percentage of Baltimore it's off the chain. These guys have a 75% winning percentage throughout their history in this league, and they're even better at home. 54-6 throughout their history being in Baltimore. It's going to be a tough task for the Lone Star Glory to win this one in Baltimore, but I think these guys may be up to the task today.
Yeah, I think they may be as well, Michael. And also, if you can read the graphic, we have expansion announcements coming later in the show. We are going to add 4 new teams to our ranks for a total of 28. We're going to get to that at the half. We've got 2 teams that we're talking about right now. Let's start with Lone Star. This is an outstanding, very underappreciated unit, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Ike McBride, her next carry in this game will be career carry number 1,000. Mike, tell us about this north-south runner that has just been doing it all, but maybe not getting the credit for it that she deserves.
Well, I really think that she has been getting the credit that she deserves, Josh. I mean, everyone knows what Lone Star likes to do. That is pound Ike McBride at you. She's pretty much at 4.5 yards per carry for her in her career, and it's been a great career over there in Lone Star. And she makes that engine go over there. She can get these guys in second and short and third and short. That's basically an advantage for this team, and she's been fantastic throughout her career over there.
Yeah, really, both sides of the ball have been fantastic, and especially quarterback Ace Fennick, who started his campaign in the SFL right alongside Lone Star when they moved to season 15 to Lone Star from Seattle. And take a look at this. If Ace Fennick is not Mr. Lone Star, I don't know who is. This is his man cave. This is where he does all of his Lone Starring. And Michael, I don't know if you've got any Houston Headhunter gear like this, but man, this is something to aspire to.
Yeah, we don't have any on tap right now, but we will definitely have something coming. And this is pretty much my second time seeing this man cave. We saw this man cave a couple of seasons ago when he was the first round pick of the Lone Star Glory, the first pick once they moved over there. And he's been the face of that franchise since coming there, and you very well see why right there.
and they came over from Seattle, and they replaced their entire roster except for one player. That was Jukin Rukin, who is finishing his 7th year in the SFL, and he is a star of this Lone Star defense, along with third-year free safety Evan Lacey, leading the team in interceptions this season. And Mike, I got to tell you, I think this is a really good defense.
This is an excellent defense, and this is going to be a tough matchup for that Baltimore offense. I mean, they're high-powered, they're high-scoring. They lead the league in scoring this season, 407 yards, 7 points scored on the season. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. Forrest trying to slow these guys down, meaning Lone Star, but Evan Lacey, Bo Martin Jr., Mickey McGuire back there in the defensive secondary are going to really give these guys a run for their money, and it's really going to be important for these guys to shut down the passing attack of Baltimore if these guys want to come out on top.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Baltimore for a minute. This is an outstanding team. A lot of people were ready to hand them the championship when the season started, myself included. They dropped a couple of games back-to-back to DC and Arizona. They got the 2 seed. They've clawed themselves right back to the championship game. They're hosting it, of course, here at Sports Gamers Online Stadium. What are your impressions of this Baltimore team? And really not just over this season, Michael, but over the past several seasons, their tradition of excellence.
I mean, their resume speaks for itself. I mean, it's a 3rd championship game in the last 4 seasons, 2 championships. They won a championship last season, had only 1 loss over the course of the season last season. And as you mentioned, 2 this season. So only 3 losses over the past 2 seasons. So their resume speaks for themselves as how great these guys are. I think right now they're the standard bearer in the SFL. I mean, if you want to point to what it's going to take to win, you point towards Baltimore. I mean, these guys are doing everything correctly. They are able to keep all their guys over there pretty much signed and don't have much turnover. And they basically have the blueprint for winning in this league. And I think they're second to none right now.
Second to none indeed. And they were coming into the season with a lot of strength, a lot of well-developed players, a great organization top to bottom, as you said. And then in the middle of the season, what did they do but add Warren Murray, a veteran who had been basically out on the street, made the trip from field to couch, and now back to field with Baltimore. And if we thought they were unstoppable before, my goodness, we haven't seen anything yet. The second half of the season, Murray went on a tear. Some people were talking about giving him the most valuable player, even though he only played half the season. What would you say about Warren Murray, Mike?
It was an excellent addition to the Baltimore Vultures lineup. I mean, they lost Jimmy Hazard midway through the season, and basically they were able to talk Murray into coming out of retirement and joining them over there. I mean, what better back to do that with? I mean, the rich basically got richer when they signed Murray. What it was, he 5th all time in rushing at that particular time. Now he's 4th since joining the league, and man, he had an excellent first couple of weeks once joining the team. I think he had like 10 touchdowns in like 4 weeks time frame, and he basically fit right in, catapulted these guys to a different level, and then we see them in the championship game because of that.
And we had a chance to sit down with Warren Murray just a little bit ago and get his thoughts on this remarkable season that Baltimore's having.
With us today on Championship Saturday, the running back of the Baltimore Vultures and an SFL great, Warren Murray. Warren, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Warren, man, as Cam said, great to have you on with us. Championship Saturday, man. Tell us how this all came about with you joining Baltimore 6 games in. And, man, you hit the ground running, 10 touchdowns within a couple of weeks of getting back on the field. How did it all come about with Baltimore reaching out to you to talk you into coming back to the league after retiring at the end of season 17?
Well, Damon gave me a phone call, and I talked with Damon, and he was like, well, TJ and T-Roy are looking for you to play with them, and I think they're going to, they want you on the team desperately. So I said, okay, I'll get in contact with them. So I DM'd them, and they signed me the same day. And I was happy to come back into the league. I missed it for the little short time I was away. And when I saw myself on the field, it was amazing. I was like, wow, I'm in a different uniform and in a different atmosphere. And you know, I still enjoy the SFL, even though I had left for that little time.
It's so crazy, Warren. You were in Houston, I think, 4 years almost. I
I
mean,
think like 8 seasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've been in the league a long time. We were talking earlier. You've never done an in-person interview, but you know, you're from Boston, and it's great to be talking with you, TJ and T Roy, the co-owner and general president over there in Baltimore. But Warren, you spent so much time in Houston. You've racked up so many achievements in your career. 4th all time in the SFL in rushing yards, and depending upon your performance today, could actually move ahead of Colin Hart going into next season for 3rd all time. But Warren, what was it like from the time you first saw yourself on the field to to continuing to see your player play today?
Well, starting in Houston, I was amazed of, how the game was played and the announcing and everything like that. And when I joined, I couldn't wait to get on the field to see myself play. So, it was incredible for Damon to have me on his team and, show me the ins and outs of what I had to do to become a better player. And then having to leave for that very short time, my mother passing and everything, I felt like, I want to come back. I need to come back. So when I got that phone call, I was so happy to land in Baltimore and begin playing again. T-Roy and TJ took me in, and, the whole team, they loved me. They gave me a nickname and everything to start off. They called me the War Horse. So I enjoyed the SFL, and hopefully I'll be here many more years and break more records.
Yeah, actually, Warren, you were one of the first players that I had a chance to witness play in this league. That Houston and Arizona was the first game that I actually happened to witness. I think he had 175 yards that game, and I immediately knew that, hey man, this guy has to be a superstar in this league. And with that being said, you being a star, you coming into this new team, midway through, you just kind of touched on it a little bit. These guys have a couple of championships already under their belt. Was it difficult for you to, even though you have a superstar status already, was it difficult for you to get into that locker room and get acclimated and get adjusted to your teammates?
No, I felt at home once I started with Baltimore. I just fitted in with the rest of the team. And, we joked and everything in the locker room, and we was trying to give nicknames to all the players. But I enjoy being in the locker room with them guys. It's like a brotherhood. We're like a big family. I enjoyed Baltimore Vultures.
Warren, do you feel like this is almost kind of a redemption season for you, or a redemption game? I know that you left the league, as anyone might, when you go through a tragedy like that. But now you're back, and now you're in the championship for the first time. It's so hard to get here. Does that make you feel like maybe your mom's on your back, right? And you're carrying her in the end zone these days?
Oh yeah, she's carrying me. She's carrying the ball while I'm running. It's just amazing that I still have the ability to get on the field and concentrate and everything like that. But, like I said, the team took me in and made me feel comfortable. And, being here on the big stage now is dynamite for me, because I feel that we could go back again. I can improve myself even better. and make the team better. We all fit in together as as a whole. And if someone falls, somebody else picks us up. Like if I was to lose yardage, T-Roy would come in, get that yardage back. Our quarterback is on point. The linebackers, the defense, everybody is on point. And it's a wonderful thing.
And you got another dynamite, dynamic, wonderful woman on the other side of the ball, Ike McBride, the Lone Star running back, hoping to get her first championship as well today. So it's going to be great watching you and Ike McBride on both sides of the ball today carrying that rock. Warren, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you here on Championship Saturday.
Thank you. Good luck to the other team.
All right, good luck, Warren.
All right.
Good luck to the other team. That's very, very sporting of Warren Murray. And how do you not root for this guy? Coming back into the league after leaving under tragic circumstances, falls into a great situation, and Baltimore looks poised. And it sounds like they are just thrilled to have a veteran like Warren Murray in their locker room.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Josh. And one of the great things about speaking with him, man, you could see and hear and feel the passion that this guy has for the SFL, and I'm so glad that he's able to come back and and be a part of the situation that he's in today, going for his first championship. Of course, Baltimore going for that third overall. And man, it was just great speaking with him, and I enjoyed his passion that he has for the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is passion abound, and there will be passion abound once we get this game kicked off. We're going to get to Sports Gamers Online Stadium in just a few minutes after a short break. But before we do that, Mike, keys to the game. Who are you watching? What do you want to see? And are you giving Lone Star a chance to hang toe-to-toe with Baltimore for 15 rounds and maybe pull off another upset, the second one in a week's time?
Well, definitely the key to this game is going to be turnovers. If Lone Star can win the turnover battle or keep their turnovers to a minimum, they will definitely have a shot in this game. These guys met a few weeks ago. Baltimore did win that game 34-20, but that game was a 3-point game at halftime, but 3 Ace Phoenix turnovers and interceptions in the second half allowed Baltimore to get the things rolling, and get on top of these guys and outscore them 17-6 in the second half of that game a few weeks ago. So control the ground game with Ike McBride, pounder in there, keep this thing in second, third, and short. Don't turn it over. And, the best thing they can do is wish for the best from there. So this is a great team. They score a lot. The defense is great. They have a 134-point differential. I mean, so it's a well-rounded team. So you're going to have to catch some breaks one way or the other to beat this team, and that's what Lone Star is going to have to do to win this game.
This Lone Star secondary I just love. Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr., and Nate Hall. Between the two of those guys, they have 3 pick sixes on the season. Albert Begin has over 100 tackles. He's 10th on the SFL leaderboard. And Evan Lacey, we mentioned his interception total, 8 on the season, good enough for 13th. This defense, to me, maybe not in the same breath as Louisiana and even Sioux Falls, but they are stacked in terms of secondary. They are dangerous to throw against. Jack Wigmore got a taste of that when these two teams played earlier in the season. We can get into that a little bit. Baltimore came out ahead on that one. That was the last game that Jimmy Hazard played. Warren Murray would join the team a week later, and they went toe-to-toe for a half, and then all of 3 of Ace Phoenix interceptions through 3 interceptions in the second half, and Baltimore pulled away. But we will see what happens here. We are moments away from kicking this thing off. The SFL's 18th championship game that going right to Sports Gamers Online Stadium right after this.
Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
It is time once again from Baltimore, Maryland Sports Gamers Online Stadium. It's the 18th SFL Championship game between the Lone Star Glory and the Baltimore Vultures. Welcome inside Sports Gamers Online Stadium alongside Eddie Gage, Tyler Falk on the sideline, Justin Reside, Mark Lopez on stats. I am Cameron Irvine. Eddie, welcome to the championship game. Let's hope for a good one.
Don't need no introduction. The fans all know who called this game besides you. I barely got to this chair in time as the fans refused to let me up in here until they got my autograph, each and every last one of them. But enough about me, Cam. Today is about Baltimore versus LSG. David versus the Life, as LSG has labeled it. SFL Nation, y'all know what it is. Look into your friends and your family to the left and right of you and say it along with me. What don't? It's the last game of season 19, and this is for all the marbles. One team will walk out of here as a champion. The other has to brush off the confetti off of their uniforms as they walk off the field. We've been waiting a long time for this one, Cam. Let's get it popping.
Ace Fennick out there calling a coin toss. Lone Star has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. Not too much wind, and JT Delaney was all over the weather report, but it's cleared up after a rainy morning and early afternoon here in Baltimore. Pretty good weather for football, a little humid, but we'll take it. And we are ready to rock. Lone Star 10-4, the number 4 seed upset the top-seeded Vancouver Legion last week. Baltimore took care of Louisiana in the semifinals. The ball's on the tee. James Troll, let's kick it. We're underway. From 2 yards deep in the end zone, that's Ivory Irvin on the return, and a flag on the first play gets it out to the 24-yard line.
It looks like this might be coming back, Cam. Yep.
And it is a block in the back on Baltimore. Not the start that the Vultures were hoping for. That penalty's on Tyrone Means, the backup tight end. And that will put Baltimore back at their own 11-yard line to start their first series.
Not the way you want to start this contest, Cam. Deep in your own end. But we'll see how it shakes out for him.
Jack Wigmore is the quarterback for this Baltimore Vultures squad. Third all-time in quarterback rating, 97.1. That's hard to do, especially with as many yards and completions as Wigmore has had in his first 4 seasons. And his first pass is caught off the deflection. That pass hauled in by DeAndre Fields, the 5th receiver for the Vultures. And we saw, Eddie, last week, Gus Woods catch a touchdown off a deflection.
I was just about to mention that, Cam. You beat me to it. They scored a touchdown off that very same play in that very same manner.
So Wigmore gets a lucky break to start things off. First down at the 24-yard line. Lloyd Graham Jr. is to the top of the screen. And the handoff will go to Warren Murray, and he's stopped by Juke and Rukin in the backfield for a loss of 1. Let's meet. We'll do it after the next play. It's 2nd and 11 for Rukin.
Yeah, Warren Murray had a big game, yardage-wise totals, when their Week 7 matchup came, but for the most part, they kept him bottled up pretty much the entire game.
2nd down and 11 at the 23-yard line. Wigmore's pass is caught to the outside. That's John Michael Suddeth with a 9-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Albert Begin on the tackle.
Lone Star laying back right now. It's early on, Cam. Both teams had success in the vertical passing game in their Week 7 matchup. They're just trying to see what Baltimore has done differently here on offense to start this game.
Ivory Irvin's in the slot. Matt Chima to the top of the screen. Line shifts from right to left for Lone Star. I formation on a 3rd down and short. 1st and 3rd and short of the day. And that pass and out route caught by Ivory Irvin. Let's meet the impact players of the Baltimore offense.
Jack Wigmore, quarterback, Arlington, Virginia.
Warren Murray, halfback, Boston Mass.
T. Roy Gaines, fullback, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Receiver, Manassas, Virginia.
Daily Holder, wide receiver, New York City.
Matt Chima, wide receiver, Washington, D.C.
Lloyd Graham, number 83, tied in, Sacramento, California. Let's go, Vultures.
John Michael Sutter, tight end, South Torrance High School. Go Spartans!
Shark Tarkington, kicker, Logansport, Indiana.
Sam Shepard, punter, Augusta, Georgia.
Look at Shepard sneaking in there, Eddie. First down for Baltimore at the 37.
Baltimore's hoping that's the only time he'll see the camera today.
9:20 to go in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun for Jack Wigmore here. A different look for the Vultures after they've moved the chains twice on this opening drive. They'll flare it out to T. Roy Gaines. He's got a lot of running room out past the 50 to the 46-yard line. Bo Martin Jr. on the stop, but T. Roy all alone.
And don't tell me that T-Roy, I know he used to be a tailback, but he put on some weight since then. He's a fullback these days. But my goodness, he just showed flashes of his former self out there in open space.
2 minutes in, and Baltimore, outside of that first penalty, has really not shown to be having much of a problem here thus far. Wigmore's 4 for 4 for 44 yards. Murray's just got the one carry, was dropped by Rukin in the backfield. Wigmore back to pass, fires it to the top of the screen. That's caught by Chima. That's Gunny McGuire on the tackle. Chima with his second grab, and let's meet that Lone Star Glory defense.
Jukin Rukin, defensive end, winner, South Dakota. And I just want to say thank you, Charles, for everything.
Yogi Barr, defensive end, Richmond, Virginia.
Tina Began, defensive tackle, Rhode Island.
Yogi Barr, linebacker, Powhatan, Virginia.
J. Mark, inside linebacker, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Hamham University.
Gunny McGuire, cornerback, Atlanta, Georgia. Hoorah!
Bo Martin Jr., number 44, glorious cornerback, Milwaukee.
Evan Lacey, free safety, Arlington, Texas.
Wood Vegan, strong safety, Rhode Island.
Nate Hall, strong safety, Dayton, Ohio.
Hoorah, Gunny, it's 2nd and 3.
Thank you for your service, Gunny.
2.5 to go, or 2.5 gone by here on this opening drive. Baltimore is moving. It's 2nd down and 3 at the 39-yard line. Handoff goes to Warren Murray, and Murray is planted in the backfield. That is Bogey Barr with the TFL, and Warren Murray has only gone backwards here so far, 3rd and 6.
So far, he did a great job getting pushed up front, refused to let the offensive lineman get any push downfield. That's a great, impressive play out in open field.
Now a bunch set to the top of the screen. 4 down linemen and a nickel look here for Lone Star. They back off the pressure. They'll dump it to Murray, and Murray in a foot race has a first down. Makes one man miss, breaks a tackle. Warren Murray is dragged down by his face mask at the 3-yard line. What a play by Murray in the open field.
And now it's going to be half the distance to the goal, Cam. Warren Murray showing why Baltimore went after him so hard, as they mentioned in the pregame, Cam. This man's electrifying. That had a tackle for a loss written all over it, but Warren Murray by himself keeps the chains moving.
J. Mark called for the incidental face mask on that one. He dragged him down sort of from the left of Murray's gear, and now it's 1st and goal at the 1. This the 9th play of the opening drive for the Vultures. 7:20 to go in the first quarter. The handoff to Murray, and Murray's got a walk-in score. Baltimore with a strong start here at home.
Baltimore's offense continuing right from where they left off last week, just continues to run, continues to take advantage of everything the defense gives you. They remain patient. Jack Wigmore did the entire drive, just taking what the defense gives them, and as a result, Baltimore strikes first.
You know, it was was having a hard time, Eddie, trying to figure out what kind of game we might get today. I could see it being a high-scoring game. I could also see it being a low-scoring game. This might be an early hint to us, Mr. Gage, that we might be in for a shootout.
It could be, but I saw Lone Star pull out some tricks out their bag defensively that they showed in the second half versus Vancouver that they did not show in the first half. So we'll see what all they got in their bag of tricks.
Extra point is good from Tarkington. That's a 9-play, 89-yard drive in which Wigmore went 6 for 6 for 92 yards on. If there is a positive out of that opening drive for Lone Star, it's that Warren Murray did not get much going on the ground at 3 runs for -3 yards on that opening series. T-Roy had a nice reception out of the flats, and Tarkington will kick it to Greg Soto. Greg Soto, a very dangerous kick returner since he started back there for the Glory. He gets it out to the 26-yard line, and let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Tyler Falk. Tyler?
Hey, good afternoon, Camp. Thanks for having me back for the 3rd championship game in a row here on the sidelines. It's excellent to be here. And yes, I agree with Lone Star's sentiment. This is truly a David versus Goliath battle. Empire versus Rebels. Little Giants versus Pee-wee Cowboys. But the one thing that I know that'll propel Lone Star forward is they've always played with a chip on their shoulder. A whole lot of people doubted them, and they're here in the championship game. Good for them. Let's see if they can come back and win this football game.
Ace Fennick's pass, thank you, Tyler, to Alvin York is incomplete. And Greg Soto was on Tyler's pre show earlier this afternoon, Eddie, talking about anybody is a target for Ace Fennick.
He did. He said he'll even look for us towards the 5th wide receiver on this offense if he can get open. And I don't blame him.
2nd down and 10. This defensive line is nasty. It's fun to watch them work up front. A little bit off the line of scrimmage there to the bottom of that line as that pass is caught by Adam Williams, and the Worms got a first down, a gain of 14 yards. Announced his retirement earlier this season, but Adam Williams has the first move of the chains for Lone Star this afternoon.
Adam Williams, the 2nd leading receiver on this team, is a tight end. That's a dual threat. He can block downfield for his running back. He can catch passes out the backfield. Anytime you get a tight end who can do both of those duties, you have hit the jackpot, and Lone Star's going to miss him.
Fennick now under center, and he'll throw again out to Williams, and Williams picks up 7 yards. Ike McBride, Eddie, is 1 carry away from her 1,000th of her career that she's putting together. A really nice one at that. 4 seasons in the league, all with Lone Star.
Equal opportunity employer Lone Star is. They have Ike, female running back, on their team, and they're glad to have her.
First 3 plays have been passes, but this is a run to McBride. McBride's got a first down off the right side out of the Baltimore 45-yard line. Tackle made by Troy Loshaw, and let's meet that Lone Star Glory offense impact players.
Ace Fennick, quarterback, Woodhaven, Michigan.
Ike McBride, running back, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Biggie Ronick, wide receiver, Woodhaven, Michigan.
Greg, D, Cuban Missile, Soto, wide receiver, Indianapolis, Indiana.
It's your boy Dave Axis, a.k.a. The Diva, a.k.a. Sleeves, wide receiver number 88 for your glorious Lone Star Glory, coming to get that bookend chip, yo.
James Troll, kicker, Rhode Island.
Yay! Go Glory! Woohoo!
LA Sits, named after Charles Doherty's grandkids, and they got to make a national TV appearance today.
How about that?
1st and 10 at the Baltimore 45-yard line. 3 receivers for Fennick as Baltimore brings some pressure, and the pass a little bit underthrown. Marvin Himes in the slot defending Deuce Fennick, and that'll bring up 2nd down, the 2nd incompletion of the drive for Fennick.
That was a far spread that Lone Star dialed up offensively that play 50X spot, and normally that slot receiver is open when they play press man, but Baltimore did a great job of taking that weapon away.
2nd and 10 at the Vulture 45-yard line. Now 4 wide receivers. Dave Axis, bottom of the screen. Won a championship in his first season in the league with Atlanta, trying to win a 2nd this season with Lone Star. That pass is intercepted off the deflection and running
Good
back
night.
the other way. Dave Axis trying to catch. Actually, it's going to be Ike McBride pulling down the defender, Enzo Bolt, with the interception off the deflection, and Baltimore's got an early turnover.
And they just saved a touchdown. I thought he was gone, and as a pick six, but Ike runs all the way from the other side of the screen to make the tackle. And it's unfortunate, but if you can hold Baltimore to a field goal, that's a win-win.
Enzo Bolt reversing field. That's Eddie. I don't know what word you used to call it back then, playing the game. But that's when when the ball's in the air, you're yelling something out to your teammates to know there's a live ball out there. And Enzo Bolt turned around. He said, "I hear you, fam." First and 10 at the 16-yard line, halfway through the first quarter. Hand off to Warren Murray, and again, Murray is pummeled in the backfield. Lone Star has done an excellent job against the run. Mickey McGuire on the tackle.
And that's what I was just talking about, Cam. So far, they've done a great job keeping Warren Murray in this running game bottled up. Haven't seen T-Roy yet get a carry, but if they can hold Baltimore to 3, that's a win for this defense.
Warren Murray now 4 carries, -4 yards, but it has a touchdown. And a 41-yard reception. What a crazy first quarter stat line. Second down 11. They'll flip it out to Murray. Murray had a block, broke a tackle, but got stuffed back inside. And Jay Mart says, sit down at the 11, forcing a 3rd and 5.
And guard Al Vincent was out ahead of him. And had Murray broken that tackle, he'd be dancing in the end zone right now. 3rd and 5 for Baltimore. They got to take advantage of this field position, Cam.
Baltimore so far so good on 3rd down, 2 for 2. 2 receivers to the top of the screen with a heavy line to the left. Wigmore looking for someone to get open. It's nearly intercepted. Pass knocked away by Freddie Trammell. And it's worth mentioning that some Lone Star impact players that we did not have introductions for on video. Fullback Mateo Bravado, wide receiver Deuce Fennick, tight end Adam Williams, center Rylan Caudell, and then on the Lone Star defensive side, Bobo Caudell on the defensive line, and Freddie Trammell, your inside linebacker. Want to make sure we give everyone a shout today, whether they were able to participate in our championship tradition or not. This is Shark Tarkington, who in his career has made the 2nd most field goals all time, 231, make it 232. And Baltimore takes a 10-0 lead, but just as you said, Eddie, Lone Star's defense holds firm in large part as to how they've been defending Warren Murray in the run game.
Absolutely. I mean, he did have that one explosive play for 41 yards that you spoke about in the passing game, but running the ball, they've been doing a great job. And it all started, Cam, in that game versus Sioux Falls, in which G.P. Wells had a lot of attempts but not much production, and it's carried over here into this game, into this championship game as well.
Aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services in New York State. Find them on Instagram at Dags Drone Works or visit their website, dagsdroneworks.com. Greg Soto, again on the return. Moving a blocker out of the way. Gets it up to the 24-yard line. One of the surprising things about Greg Soto's career returning kickoffs is that he's actually 6th all time in average right now, 27.6. He only has 62 returns since he just got going, but still pretty impressive for Greg. 2 touchdowns and 62 returns,
including one versus Sioux Falls when they were down 10 points, Cam.
Heavy look here, and they run it right up the gut, and Ike McBride was all alone, and she wasn't the only one. Rylan Caudell was standing on an island going, I don't have anybody to block, and McBride gets 11 for a 1st down.
Anytime you can get your running game going, Cam, it's going to open up everything else and gives you a quarterback just time and confidence in a pocket to deliver. If they can get the running game going, Cam, it's going to open up so many things for this offense.
I don't think I've ever seen a center just standing downfield like that, Eddie. I mean, there's just nobody there. Great run for McBride to get the balance going. Another handoff to McBride up the middle. McBride pushes forward for a 6-yard pickup. And with that, let's meet the Baltimore defensive impact players.
Joe Big Papa Duncan, defensive end, Baltimore Vultures from Waverly, Tennessee.
Defensive tackle coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Vulture searching.
Theron the Chef Yates the fourth. Defensive lineman, Columbus, Ohio. We ball. Go away.
Alan Walker, defensive end, Sacramento, California.
Number 42, inside linebacker, Frank Farrell Smith, Atlanta, Georgia.
Al Gringo, a.k.a. Alvin Mack, linebacker, Long Beach, California.
Marvin Haas, cornerback, Rochester, New York.
Ben Stackenpaper, cornerback, Northfield, Massachusetts.
Giovanni Bolt, free safety, Newark, New Jersey.
Troy Loshaw, Trenton, Ontario, Canada.
Troy Loshaw representing Canada today, along with Mark Lopez in the stats truck. 2nd and 4. 3.5 to go, and on this second drive, Eddie Lone Star really just trying to hammer it on Baltimore's front seven. They run McBride again, this time out of the right side. Really nice pursuit by Frank Smith. Cuts down Ike at the line, will bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and Baltimore actually read that play. They shifted their linebackers to the weak, strong side of the field right before that ball was snapped.
Big 3rd down here for Lone Star. Interception on their first drive. Baltimore has scored on their first 2 possessions. Axis and Soto both isolated here at the bottom of the screen. Actually, that might be Fennick in the slot.
Watch for Ike outside. There it is.
Ike, 1st down and more with a blocker out in front. McBride, 1st down to the Baltimore 45-yard line. That is a pickup of 13 yards and a 1st down.
Pair slot right. Baltimore countered it with the press man defense, and Ike already shifted to that way. Easy pitch and catch. That's like an extended run play, Cam.
Fennick now up to 34 yards, and Ike McBride has had a really good first quarter here for Lone Star. 10-0 Baltimore, showing some press coverage. Axis has a matchup one-on-one bottom of the screen with Ben Stackenpaper. McBride, car side left, as that pass over the middle is off the helmet of the intended receiver. That's Deuce Fennick. I don't know if he heard footsteps or not, Eddie, but you got to make that play.
You got to make that play, Cam. It's championship or bust out here. No time to look forward to tomorrow. You got to make plays happen today. And unfortunately for Deuce, unable to focus on the football and bring it in.
Second down and 10 up at the 45-yard line after the incomplete pass. So far, Ace Fennick just 3 for 7 for 35 yards. Fennick back to pass again, fires it over the middle of the field, tipped and intercepted. Picked off as they were all over that route up the middle. Alvin Mack with the interception, and ugly first quarter for Lone Star.
Alvin Mack, I'm in love with this guy, Cam. Pause. But this guy is a playmaker, takes advantage of the tip drill, keeps his head on the football, plays through the whistle, and comes up with a big-time interception.
That was Nate Simmons, the second outside linebacker in that front seven look, getting a paw in the middle of the field, and Baltimore has been shading middle pretty much all day, and Fennick has not learned his lesson just yet. 3rd down or 3 for 8 now as T-Roy gets a carry. T-Roy can only manage a yard, and I'm not sure that Baltimore's going to get anything going on the ground in this game the way this line is playing. That tackle made by Tina Begin.
A lot of football left, Cam, but yeah, so far this run defense for Lone Star has shown up today big time.
2nd and 9. Now the Vulture's going to go heavy. Ivory Irvin's at the top of the screen. Bo Martin playing down, but will back out of it, and Warren Murray's got a lot of space as a result. Bo missed the tackle, and then Albert Begin had to clean up the mess, but not after Warren Murray got a 1st down to the Lone Star 46-yard line.
You know, Bo Martin Jr. has nothing to hang his head over. Warren Murray in an open field is a complete monster, Cam. And Bo Martin, although he is physical, I mean, he's big for a corner, Cam. But trying to tackle that man in the open field is just a recipe for disaster.
I think Bo Martin thought the guy holding the down and distance marker was Warren Murray. I mean, he was making a beeline for that guy. Glad he's okay over there. Usually, Bo Martin Jr., a sure tackler, and a big presence at corner, but missed there. Now, Lone Star jumps offside. You can feel a little bit of the jitters right now for Lone Star, although still holding their own despite the 2 turnovers. McGuire on the stop, but it's irrelevant.
You know, I put a poll, Cam, in a Say It With Your Chest Discord server about which was more impressive about Lone Star getting here. Was it their offense or their defense? And in my opinion, Cam, I believe the last time I checked, the offense got most of the votes, but the defense is what got them here. They've been standing proud and tall, and the whole Vancouver to 17 points in the conference championship game is impressive, and they're doing it so far again today.
Tina Begin jumps offside. Back to Bo Martin Jr. just for a second. 9 solo tackles last week. He really knows how to wrap up offensive players in the open field, but missed on Murray there on that first one. Here is Bo getting a tackle on Murray from behind, along with Albert Begin, but it's a first down for Baltimore at the Lone Star 33. The first quarter's almost over.
About time for maybe one more play, Cam, but yeah, I mean, Lone Star just wants this clock to run out right now in this first quarter so he can regroup towards the break there and trying to get things figured out.
Good block by T-Roy Gaines there up front. Trammell cleans it up on the back end. 1st and 10 at the 33 for the Vultures. Wigmore 8 of 9 for 107 yards. And Wigmore now 9 of 10. Gets it out to Daly Holder. His first grab, and the clock will stop temporarily after the 5-yard pickup.
5-yard pickup, and again, Baltimore just taking what the defense gives them, and sooner or later, LSG is going to get a bit more aggressive here to try to get things turned around.
Baltimore should get one more play off before the end of the first quarter. 2nd and 5. Chima hustling to the top of the screen. Bo Martin's on Irvin, bottom of your picture. 2nd down and 5. It will be a throw from Wigmore, and Wigmore has a wide open John Michael Sudduth. That's his second catch, I believe, out of the same play, Eddie. And Wigmore's 9 for 10, now officially for 84 yards, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. It's been all Baltimore, but Lone Star's defense doing their best to keep this game interesting early. Lone Star nothing, Baltimore 10. You're watching the 18th SFL Championship game on NXT. We'll be back after this. Start of the second quarter here from Baltimore, Maryland. 10-0. Baltimore has the lead over Lone Star. Eddie Gage, Tyler Falk, Cameron Irvine with you here in the 18th SFL Championship game. The handoff goes to Warren Murray, and Murray picks up 4 to Lone Star's 16-yard line.
Lone Star continue to back up at the snap of the ball, Cam, and I know we saw them, as I mentioned earlier, get aggressive towards Vancouver in the second half, but they continue to be passive here in the first.
2nd and 6 at the 16. Hand off to Warren Murray, and Murray going to break a tackle and get the first down. Murray to the 9-yard line. First and goal for Baltimore.
And this time they actually do bring the safety down to help out the run support. But Warren Murray, don't tell him he hasn't been in the weight room, Cam, because he just takes them and pushes them forward for a first down.
Bogey Barr on the tackle. If Lone Star's defense can hold in the red zone here, keep it a 2-score game, which would be a huge win after a couple of turnovers for the Glory offense in that first quarter. Hand off to Murray, running left, got a lot of space, and Murray's got a touchdown. Wow, that was close. And we'll see if it's worth a challenge, but I mean, it'd be a half yard away no matter what. Murray's got his second of the day.
Yeah, I thought he fell just short, Ken. Let's look here on the replay.
Let's see. Whoa,
yeah, he's short,
he's
Cam.
short.
He's short about half a yard, but great job. And there's the challenge flag right there.
If I'm Lone Star, that's worth it. You've got such a great defensive front that, and you've stopped Murray in the backfield multiple times.
And they also did a great job of double teaming Juke and Rukin, too, to stop him from making that tackle. Look at it right there. Great shot of it.
He is definitely
he's
great
short.
job by Trammell to almost yank him backwards to make that play.
Yeah, they won it. They won the challenge, Cam.
Yep. So it'll be
first and goal.
At least for the moment, I believe second and goal at the
second and goal. Excuse me.
Line.
Yeah.
You never know. It could be worth something. Something happens
Fans
on the
don't
next
like
couple
it.
of plays. Yeah. Well, he was short. Fans don't like a lot of stuff. Goal line set here for Lone Star against the Baltimore front. And Warren Murray's got a touchdown. Well, there you go. So nice he did it twice, and that's his second of the day for Warren Murray. It's 16-0 Baltimore. And the Vultures are just rolling here.
They are. I mean, still a lot of football left. We've seen bigger comebacks, Cam, but wow, I mean, Warren Murray. And look at the block there from T-Roy right up the middle. His fullback just followed him right into the end zone.
Tarkington out for the extra point, and let's go down to the sideline. Tyler Falk has a report on the Baltimore offense. Tyler.
All right, thanks, Cam. I was speaking with head coach Tim Johnston after the second drive, and I was just asking him that with the run game not really working a whole lot, what did Baltimore, what was their game plan going into today? And he was talking with me saying, well, we saw a lot from Lone Star in our game planning where the swing passes and screens would help a lot more effectively. And now we saw on the third drive, Cam, that the run game is slowly but surely coming to life as Baltimore take a 17-point lead.
Thank you, Tyler. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 17-0. Vultures as Greg Soto on the return. Try to cut it outside of the 23-yard line. And, you know, Eddie, if I'm Lone Star right now, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think it's time to panic here. Lone Star has shown flashes offensively. They've moved the ball pretty well. The defense has made Baltimore earn it. They just can't force passes into the middle of the field.
They just can't continue to give up short fields that Baltimore's been taking advantage of either.
Fanick is sacked. That's Al Walker. Loss of 6 in the backfield along with Sir Ron Yates. And Walker gets up and stares at Fanick for a little while. Greg Soto talked all week long about how, you know, Fanick's probably going to throw picks. He's probably going to throw sacks. I just don't think he wanted 3 in the first 12 minutes of this game.
Definitely not. And that time, Baltimore came out and press coverage yet again. They've been showing a lot of press coverage, and so far, Lone Star has yet to defeat it.
Fanick fires over the middle, caught by Williams. Now that has been a bright spot to this offense today. Williams with his third reception. That'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
You know, Cam, way back when I was around your age and I was playing football, I remember one time being down 3 scores, and our coach told me, son, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is we're down 3 scores. The good news is there's a lot of football left, and we came back and won that game. Lone Star can do the same thing.
Fennec pass caught. Greg Soto first down. The Lone Star 41-yard line. Giovanni Bolt on the stop. And Bolt has had a sensational career. 70 interceptions, which is 4th all time.
Yeah, impressive indeed. And sometimes, Cam, all it takes for your offense to get going is just a couple of first downs to get, some confidence going, get into a rhythm. And Lone Star has done that so far early on in this drive. Let's see if they can keep it going.
2 in the backfield, 7 in the box for Baltimore's defense. It's 17-0 Baltimore early. Fennec had McBride. Wow, what a throw. And McBride breaks a tackle. And still, they marked her short of the first down. But unbelievable. It was almost like Ace Fennec for a split second forgot what the play was. And just in time, fired it out to Ike, who makes an impressive sideline toe-tapping grab.
Yeah, I almost had to mute my mic, Cam, because I was sitting there yelling, throw it to McBride. She's wide open.
Wow. What a play. No challenge on that, but it's virtually identical to the first down marker. Fennec going to throw, and Fennec's got a wide open Deuce Fennec for the first down to the 37-yard line. Deuce needed that for a confidence boost, and Lone Star's moving it now at the Baltimore 37.
They are, and I forget the name of that play. It's 50 tight end something cross or whatever the heck it is. I'm a defensive guy, who knows? But great job just taking what the defense gives you as Baltimore bailed out of there.
I've never heard you admit that you don't know what a play is.
It's offense, Cam. I'm getting there.
Ace Fennec deep shot, and
great
actually,
job.
Dave Axis was jammed. I think that was Axis on the outside by Stack and Paper, and it brings up 2nd down and 10.
And Stack and Paper did a great job running with the football, just bumps his man, as my coaches always yell, body him, body him. He just did just that while also keeping his eye on the football to avoid the penalty.
Tyler, you spoke with head coach for Lone Star, Albert Begin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he just wanted to say that he wanted Ike to get going. That was right before Ike made the spectacular play on the sideline, and that was his answer.
There you go. 2nd and 10. That pass caught by Axis on the sideline. Pickup of 4. So 3rd down and 6 at the Baltimore 33-yard line. You'd like to get into James Troll's field goal range in his 4th season. I would say this is probably a little bit fringe territory here, Eddie.
Yeah, it's close, and you may not have to pick up the necessary first down to put points, but at least get a couple more yards to give you a kicker some breathing room. But they're going to look to go 4 receivers here wide. Let's see what they do.
Can't take a sack. Fennec out of the shotgun. Everybody's going long, and Fennec just got rid of the football. He is so fortunate to have done so. Joe Duncan with the wrap-up, and I think Lone Star should trot Troll out there, and there he is.
I think so too, Cam. Remember back a couple of seasons ago when Baltimore played press man against London practically all game long? We've been seeing a lot of that here today, and it's working for them.
I believe they ran exclusively all press man to some controversy of conspiracy theorists, with a 50-yard field goal coming for Troll. Lone Star trying to get on the board, put it back to a 2-score game, and Troll nails it. Ice in the veins for James Troll, playing in his first championship game. And everyone at home saying, why doesn't he have a face mask? Well, that's a whole Charlie Brown in the Snow story.
Right down the middle, Cam. He had a few yards to spare, too. And Chad Rowland in the chat, hoping to get a team this offseason, says he was just thinking the exact same thing about that press defense that Baltimore's playing today.
He would be. 9 carry, 45-yard drive for Lone Star. That was a really good response. They didn't get a touchdown, but they did slow this game down, and once again, the offense was able to move the football pretty good. Ivory Irvin on the return, and he is going sideways. That's never good for a returner out of the Baltimore 23-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy.
One of the best lines in all of simulation football, Cam.
It's not too shabby. 1st and 10 at the 23. Hand off to Murray, and Murray is sat down in a chair. Put him in a rocker as Freddie Trammell drops him for no gain.
Yeah, Cam, and if Lone Star is somehow able to come back into this game, and Baltimore find themselves trying to bleed the clock. This could be troublesome if they can't get this running game going.
Murray, 9 carries for 15 yards other than his 9-yard run. That was down in the red zone. Handoff again to Murray, and Murray spins into what he thought was open field, but Albert Begin shuts it down and will force a 3rd and 7.
Albert Begin is the leading tackler on this team for the season. He's used to making a lot of open field tackles playing in that safety spot.
Now 4 wide. This looks like man coverage here at a Lone Star. And Wigmore is going slants, and he's got a first down to the 39-yard line. That pass hauled in by Lloyd Graham Jr., his first catch of the day.
First catch of the day came by. I'm sure it won't be his last. I remember I tried to recruit him a few seasons ago, and I was this close as and I was, and he said, "Thanks, sir, but no thanks. I love it over here in Baltimore."
Lloyd Graham, 7 seasons. Has it really been that long, Eddie? Nearly 5,000 yards, 416 catches, 33 touchdowns. That's a touchdown every about 12 receptions. As that pass is hauled in by Ivory Irvin, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
We've seen them run this 50X spot play now about 3 or 4 times, and each time it's been called in for a reception.
Well, Baltimore's drive summary here so far today: 9-play, 89-yard touchdown drive, a 4-play, 4-yard field goal drive, a 10-play, 57 touchdown drive, and the current drive they're on. Lone Star's defense, outside of stopping Murray in the run game, has not had much of an answer. T-Roy with the carry will set up a 3rd down and short. Albert Begin with yet another tackle.
Yeah, and Cam, anytime you have to bring up your safety to help in run support, it's never a good sign, because if they continue to have to do that, it's going to open up this passing game deep downfield.
Begin, unofficially credited with 2 solos, 3 assisted tackles so far today, has been busy. Another 3rd and short for Baltimore. Warren Murray got it. First down to midfield. Bo Martin and Jay Mart combine for the stop, but Baltimore only cares about moving those chains.
They do, and Bo Martin showing his versatility, able to defend the pass and also help out here in the run game. We've seen him make a couple of plays in run support so far.
4:40 to go in the first half. You just feel like this is a very critical drive for the Lone Star defense. T-Roy gains 6 yards up the middle. Jay Mart on the cleanup.
And now Baltimore starting to get this run game going, Cam, and they're milking this clock, trying to close things out in this first half. They don't want to give Lone Star this ball back.
30 offensive plays for Baltimore, 21 for Lone Star here in the first half. 2 safeties deep for Lone Star. The handoff to Murray, and Murray not going to get the first down. So here we go again. Another 3rd down is Mart with the tackle. Murray averaging just 2 yards a carry. And this will be the 6th 3rd down of the first half for the Vultures. They are 4 for 5 so far.
Averaging 2 yards a carry, and they need 2 yards. Do they give them the ball here? It looks like they're going to go pass.
Look at the bunch set to the top of the screen. There's a flag, a quick flag.
That's going to be offsides on Lone Star.
I did not see who jumped, but Mac Chima gets the first down anyway. Another 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pre-snap penalty, and it is.
Was that on one of the jammers up front? They were very bunched together. It was on Jay Mart, actually. Wow.
Jay Mart, lined up in a neutral zone. That's unfortunate.
Second offsides of the first half for Lone Star. Baltimore had a block in the back on the very first kickoff of this game. The clock is rolling down to 3:20 to go in the first half. Baltimore has run the ball 7 of the 9 plays of this drive. And Mart also had a face mask penalty. That is his 2nd penalty of the day. 1st and 10 for Wigmore. Outside to Warren Murray. And Murray makes the first man miss, but does get shoved out of bounds. Bo Martin misses again on the tackle. But that was actually Robert Morzanowski who pushed Murray out.
Yeah, Bo Martin, this is not some tape he's going to show his kids, sometime in the future, but he's helping out in run support. But out there in open field, Warren is having his way.
2nd and 7 at the 34. This drive has been a time suck, and it's intercepted. And back the other way, Albert Begin with blockers. Begin gets a block, 50. 1 man to beat Albert Begin. 40, 35, 30, and Ivory Irvin saves the touchdown. What a great job by Lone Star getting blockers out in front of Begin, and the first mistake for the Vultures has turned this first half on its head.
Jack Whitmore does not make many mistakes, Cam, but he makes one here. Baltimore was in cruise control in this first half, looking to go up by yet another touchdown. Deep in their own end, gives it back up to Lone Star and gives them life.
2:43 to go in the first half. We're back after these short messages. You're watching the 18th SFL Championship game on Next Level Sports. Two minutes to go, or 2:43 to go in the first half. Off the Albert Begin interception, and Ace Fennick, rather, is sacked on the play, chased down by Joe Duncan, a loss of 2.
And Cam, I don't know if Baltimore is trying to prove something or what, but they continue to come out here and press man, and this is just unprecedented to see this in a championship game.
2nd down and 12 at the 26-yard line. Off of the second sack of the day. Fennick outside. That's Greg Soto for a 3rd and 5. It stops the clock with 2:12 to go. Don't forget that Lone Star does get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, they do. And if they put us, get a touchdown here, Cam, this is going to change the dynamic of this game tremendously.
Lone Star should be able to get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. Empty, 5 wide for the Glory, and they'll actually sit on it and take the 2-minute warning. We'll take it with them. Back in 2 minutes, Baltimore 17, Lone Star 3. This is the SFL's 18th championship game on Next Level Sports. We're back after this. 3rd and 5 at the Baltimore 20. Lone Star trying to convert off the Albert Begin interception. 17-3. Vultures have the lead. Ike McBride's in the backfield. They changed the formation in commercial break, and the pass is caught for a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line as Dave Axis hauls in the catch. How often have you seen that, Eddie? They were in 5 wide. They ended up getting to the 2-minute warning, and then Lone Star actually changed it up and got the 1st down.
Yeah, that's exactly why, Cam. They called it the 2-minute warning, which stops play. And during the break, I guess they didn't like what they saw that Baltimore was countering with, and decided to change things up.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 90 seconds to go in the first half. Handoff to Ike McBride. McBride tried to stiff arm, but Giovanni Bolt took her out after a couple of yards. 2nd and goal at the 5. The clock is rolling, and I think this is smart by Lone Star. They don't want to give Baltimore the ball back.
And I totally agree with him. Milk this clock. But, yeah, Bolt slowed her down, but he needed help from Elijah Warfield because he's about to get shouldered to the ground.
Quick look at the stats, 192 to 125 in total yards. As Fennec fires into the end zone. Oh, Soto had to go back for the football, and it was ruled short of the goal line. As Fennec, it was almost like as he was falling backwards, tried to reach out and get the ball to cross the plane, but it is marked short.
Cam, if they do not score on this 3rd down, they're going to be sick because Dave Axis was wide open on the other side of the end zone.
Now heavy. Bravado, potentially the lead to McBride. Now they're going to throw, and they're throwing it into, a one-handed catch by the Worm. Touchdown, Lone Star. What a play on the goal line.
Adam Williams, someone clipped that. That's a top 10 play for sure. Laying his body out there on the line. He's about to retire, so he can recover tomorrow. No big deal. But, wow, what a great touchdown, and what a great answer by Lone Star.
Great read by Ace Fennec. I think Fennec may have wanted McBride to the top. Baltimore had it covered, and he fit that into a tight window. What a drive. Off of the interception in response, 6 plays, 25 yards. Fennec went 4 for 4 for 24 on that one. Troll's extra point is up and good. And after trailing 17-0, we have a ball game. But Lone Star's defense must stay vigilant here, Eddie, with 57 seconds left.
And they done a great job, Ken. We talked about it all game long. If not for the short fields of Baltimore they've been getting because of these turnovers, who knows how this game shakes out. But their defense these entire playoffs has been outstanding.
Troll kicks it away to Irvin, 17-10. Irvin from his goal line, only out of the 24. Both special teams units have been very good. 53 seconds left. Let's get a further look at those stats here. 192 to 130. And, the 3rd downs are interesting. 5 for 6 on conversions. 14-7 in 1st downs for Baltimore. And Lone Star, not too bad themselves on 3rd down. Now 4 for 5 in the first half as Wigmore fires it outside to Murray. Murray only picks up 3, and that's not going to get it done, and that may be one of the final plays of this first half. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Josh Zirkle and Mike St. Green will break down the first half between the Glory and the Vultures. We'll announce the 4 new teams entering the league and unveil the divisional alignment for Season 18 with all the initial reaction, plus their keys for both teams in the second half. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report. 2nd and 7 at the 27. Baltimore not in a hurry, although Wigmore's going to look for something deep down the field, and it's almost intercepted. He got nailed. That is really the first time we have seen him take a shot in the backfield. Eddie Lacy and company were in coverage. That stops the clock with 16 seconds to go.
And I think that was Jukin Rukin who gave him those shot to the ribs, and Evan Lacy almost made him pay for it, that decision.
Third and 7 to the Baltimore 27-yard line. Empty, 5 wide. Baltimore gunning. Going deep down the field. Oh, what a play by Bo Martin Jr. Saved a touchdown. Reach for the sky. Bo. 4th down, and Lone Star gets another opportunity.
Another opportunity, and as I've said many times, Bo Martin Jr. is, oh my God, this guy gets on my nerve. I can't believe what I'm about to say, but he's one of the better cornerbacks in the SFL. He's physical, he's big. We've seen him help out in run support, and he can cover too.
4th down and 7. Lone Star could end up with some decent field position out of this. Soto on the return, down to 8, down to 7. He's got one man to beat. Good punt from Sam Shepard. Soto gets it up to the 37 with 3 seconds left. I'm not sure if that's Hail Mary range or not, but honestly, Eddie, I'd like to see Lone Star just hand it to Ike and get to the half. They've got to be feeling pretty good at this point.
Yeah, and we can see right there why Baltimore decided to pay punter, because, my goodness, that ball has some hang time to it.
Pretty punt from Shepard. And after the first 3 drives ended in scores for Baltimore, they had a pick after 11 plays. And then that punt there, their first of the half. Fennick takes a sack, but it's not a turnover. The clock runs out. That's Duncan and Yates combining on the stop. Joe Duncan, a heck of a first half. And there's another look at the play, and that brings us to halftime. Expansion and divisions coming up with the crew. Josh and Mike join us at the half. After this, Lone Star 10, Baltimore 17. You're watching the SFL's 18th championship game on Next Level Sports.
Welcome to the SFL Halftime, presented by APM Music. Josh Zirkle, Mike St. Green. Mike, we got a ball game here. Baltimore jumped out to an early lead, got 10 points off of turnovers, but then Albert began of Lone Star with an interception of his own, and that led to an Adam Williams TD in the last minute of the first half. We're sitting at 17-10. Mike St. Green, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, you just mentioned it, Josh. Thanks to Albert Begin, the Lone Star Glory are back in this game. And as Eddie mentioned right there before halftime, Lone Star could really be ahead in this game, to be honest with you. If they hadn't, a couple of tip balls on the interceptions, they don't have those turnovers, and who knows how those drives would have turned out, because actually they were moving the ball each time that they had it. Baltimore really hasn't stopped them per se, in my opinion. So these guys could very well be ahead, and Albert again with a big interception to get these guys back in it when it looked like Baltimore was on the verge of going up 3 scores.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Ike McBride has not gotten a lot of volume so far, only 5 carries on the game, 2 catches, about 50 yards in some. But I think the difference for this game so far has been Baltimore's pressure on Ace Fennick. They've done a nice job of knocking him down. 3 sacks and a pressure so far. Joe Duncan Big part of the offense, Al Walker and Saron Yates, big part of helping contain that Lone Star offense. But on the other side of the ball, I think Lone Star's done a good job of containing Warren Murray. He's not done a lot either, at least running the ball. It does have the 2 touchdowns. Those were both vulture touchdowns from short yardage. What aspect of this game has stood out the most to you so far?
Yeah, as you mentioned, that Lone Star front seven, they've been great in containing Warren Murray in that running game. Outside, yeah, he has the 2 touchdowns, but other than that, man, they really haven't gotten anything going on the ground over there. So that Lone Star front seven has been really great. And as you mentioned, also same for Baltimore. That front four, these guys have been beasts this whole playoffs. They were great last week against Louisiana, and then here we go, 3 sacks against Ace Fenwick today. So these guys have been playing great defensively, both sides of the ball. One thing that's kind of surprised me, Bo Martin Jr. has kind of struggled out there. That's how Warren Murray has gotten some big yardage out there in the passing game. Man, he's whiffed on about 3 tackles out there, and he's usually he's money out there in the flats, and you usually can't get anything on this guy. But he's having trouble in this first half. We'll see if he can bounce back and control Murray out of the backfield. And I think if they can shore that up, I mean, I think Lone Star has a shot here.
Yeah, there was a play, Mike, in the first half where Warren Murray was out in the flat. Bo Martin Jr. missed him, and then right behind him was Jay Mart, and Jay Mart whiffed on him too. And that was a big surprise because I'm a huge Jay Mart fan, and he's not had his best game either. We've had that missed tackle, had the penalty in the first half, and Lone Star, I think, with the way that their defense has had those struggles, has got to feel pretty good about how the game has gone so far. They're only down by a touchdown, and they are starting the second half with the football. So we've got a lot to look forward to in the second half. We were going to pivot to some expansion news now. We're moving to 28 teams when we open play in season 19, and we have the announcements ready. The envelope, please. This is the symbolic envelope. This is not the actual envelope because Cam wouldn't give me a real envelope. But come on, Cam. You don't trust me with stationery at this point. I get to host the halftime show, but no real envelopes. So we will get to that right this minute. I know a lot of people are on pins and needles. We had some outstanding bids, I believe 10 in all. Some guys that had been in the league for a long time, some guys that have been here very recently. But here we go. Our first expansion bid. Cam, whenever you're ready with the graphics, we are going to get this thing going. Congratulations to the Indianapolis Ramblers, the 25th team at Simulation Football League history. This was an outstanding bid, and I think we all knew that the Ramblers were going to get this done. The bid co-chaired by Chad Rowland and Adam Wiseman, London head coach and Denver head coach, respectively. These guys both in Indianapolis combined for what I think, Mike, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, but for my money, this was the top bid that we saw from the SFL expansion effort.
It was definitely a strong bid, Josh, and I mean, and they were definitely one of the top 4 without a doubt. Without a doubt, with Chad Rowland and Adam Wiseman teaming up. These guys are 2 of the best coaches and GMs and front office personnel in the league. As far as Chad goes, Chad is a great recruiter, and he's a great personality around this league. Everybody is familiar with him. So, man, congratulations to these guys. It's well deserved, and looking forward to seeing them on the field next season.
It's going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing them as well. Chad, obviously, a great contributor around the SFL, and he and Adam, this is a lot of front office experience coming together, and I really think the Ramblers are going to hit the ground running.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Chad's a great recruiter. I know that for sure. He recruited me over to London, somewhere I never thought I'd go. So the league is going to have the work cut out for him. I'm recruiting this guy, getting players and value over there with Indianapolis.
Expansion bid number 2. Here we go. Congratulations to the Minnesota Legend. Land of 10,000 lakes. We'll finally call the SFL home. This was another great bid. Mike, BJ Loveless and Axel Raven. Just a pair of guys that got together. Axel Raven, especially, all the work that he has done in the minor leagues. A true ambassador of the SFL community. BJ Loveless, a seasoned veteran in front offices all across the league. This is another one. I wasn't sure if it was going to have the steam in the owners group to get this thing in, but it looks like they did, and I think they made an outstanding choice here.
They definitely did, Josh. And for my money, these guys, this was the most detailed and comprehensive bid out there. These guys did a fantastic job. Axel Raven, as you mentioned, man, he's very big in this community, and he does a lot around the SFL. And BJ Loveless, man, I shared a locker room with him season 14 in Arizona. He's just been a great personality around this league. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's been in front offices around the league as well. So, man, well deserved, and these guys did a fantastic job in putting this bid together.
And Mike, you and I talked a little bit about this when we saw this bid come out. The story of the Minnesota legend, having the Sasquatch as a logo and just playing on the whole wild border theme, something we've seen in other area franchises, but not taken to this extreme. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team take the field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys, seeing what they're going to be able to put together next season. It's going to be exciting. I mean, this off season, Josh, is going to be one of the most chaotic off seasons we ever seen in the SFL.
Chaotic in a fun way, though, right?
Yeah,
not chaotic in a getting the kids ready for school kind of way that nobody likes.
Well, I haven't done that in years, so I don't even know what that's like.
No, you're not missing a thing. You're not missing a thing. Back to our fake envelope. Team number 3, please. Congratulations to the Seattle Nemesis. And this is another fun bid, Mike. Ethan Kai. Third time as a charm for Mr. Kai, who have made 2 expansion bids before. Neither of those was accepted. But if at first you do not succeed, try again and get a logo that's a sword combination Space Needle in there. That is awesome. And this is another great bid. And I think this is going to be another great team that's going to have a strong first season in the SFL, Mike.
Yeah, this is well-deserved, Josh. Ethan Kai, as you said, this is his third bid and trying to get an expansion team. But I think this was his best bid, and that's why he's here. And that's why he's part of the fraternity now, being an owner in this league. Great package there, as you see, man. That Seattle Nemesis logo, it really pops. I've known Ethan for a while in this league. He was on the coaching staff when I was in the minors a few seasons ago, man. Great guy. Great personality around this league, and man, I'm really happy to see him finally, after 3 attempts, get his team. And it couldn't happen to a better dude, man. I love Ethan, and congratulations to him.
Congratulations indeed. And I think that getting in there and getting an understanding of what went wrong with the first 2 bids and having that rapport with the ownership, because you've been going around a third time, and they're like, oh, hey, Ethan, how's it going? They know who he is at that point. And obviously, as you said, his reputation around the league, well-deserved. And this is certainly a well-deserved expansion bid.
Yeah, it's no doubt about it, man. Congratulations, Ethan. And we're going to miss you in Houston, man. But good luck over there in Seattle.
All right, we are down to our last bid. I want to congratulate everyone else that got their bids in. Obviously, we only have one more name left to call. So let's get to it.
People will tell you that no one lives forever. I don't believe that. A person is not dead until the memory of them is past, until their name is no longer spoken. Immortality can only be achieved by living a life that's worth remembering. For 362 men, the game of football is their legacy. For those 362, there are no cemeteries. There is only Canton. How will you be remembered?
the Canton Classics. Obviously, a great concept by a couple of SFL newcomers, Christian Alejo and Adam Chance, guys that got together. They met on the SFL minor league scene, and they put together this great bid, Mike.
Yeah, and you see why these guys got in. I mean, these guys have, came in like a wrecking ball, let themselves be known, and they put together a fantastic bid and welcome Canton to the SFL.
And speaking of wrecking ball, our current divisional structure is about to get a little facelift, and I don't think there was only one division that made it out of this expansion reno untouched. So let's take a look at the new 7 divisions that we're going to have in SFL 19. And while we're getting that up, Michael, keys to the second half, what do you think is going to happen here between Lone Star and Baltimore? And what do you think Lone Star needs to do to take the lead and maybe hang on to it?
Basically, Lone Star needs to do what they've done to get to this point. I would like to see them come out with a strong second half and, get Ike McBride more involved like they're already doing. Greg Soto has been effective in the passing game. Maybe get a little bit more of Dave Axis. Maybe we could see that. Baltimore, one thing that's came to mind in the first half about Baltimore, maybe not something they could do per se, but I was curious about Ivy Irving being on special teams. And they've made this switch a couple of weeks ago. I was scratching my head about it then. I'm even more scratching my head about it now because Giovanni Boat, one of the greatest return men in this league, not in there. He could probably make a huge difference in this game. I'm just wondering in the special teams if that's going to come back to bite them in the second half. We'll see. But, we're set up for a great second half, and I can't wait to see how it turns out, Josh.
Yeah, I can't either. For me, I want to see the Lone Star defense maintain their form. They've started to peak at just the right time. That 3-and-out against Baltimore, the first 3-and-out of the game for either team. All right, we're going to head back to Sports Gamers Online Stadium in just a minute. But first, the new expansion map, I think, is ready to go. And we're going to take a look at this. You can see that the South Division with Fort Worth, Houston, your Houston Headhunters, Mike St. Green, Mexico City, and Lone Star, the only division unblemished by this whole realignment. And you could see the SFL one franchise at a time spanning the globe. Any thoughts on the map, Michael?
Well, I'll tell you what stands out to me more than anything is the East. The East division is going to be tough week in and week out. These guys are going to be battling for that division. Atlanta, Florida, Jacksonville, Louisiana. Man, that has to, out of the gate, be the best and toughest division in the league starting next season.
Yeah, and Indianapolis and Minnesota will be facing off together in the Central Division against a couple of heavyweights, Sioux Falls and Tulsa. All right, that does it for us. We're going to get you out to the second half in just a second. But this has been the SFL Halftime Report presented by APM Music. From Mike St. Green, I'm Josh Circle. Enjoy the second half, and we'll see you after the game.
Welcome to the start of the second half. Baltimore leads Lone Star 17-10. Alongside Tyler Falk, Eddie Gage, I'm Cameron Irvine, Justin Rizai, Mark Lopez in our stats truck today. Lone Star scored the last 10 points of that first half, and now they get the ball to start the second. Greg Soto on the return, up to the 29, his best of the day. Eddie, these extended halftime shows during the championship game, always tough for the players, right? But got to get their juices flowing here and quick.
Tough for the players. You got to get back out there and get stressed, get reacquainted with the field. But it's good for coaches because they get in there and get a chance to get a new game plan going if necessary. So I'll say that benefits Lone Star in this case.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Lone Star riding a lot of momentum here as Fennick will drop the pass, and that is complete to Axis, and he actually stepped out of bounds just shy of the first down. That's his third grab.
Yeah, and Baltimore continues to come out here with this press man defense. Cam, you wonder just how much more of this you're going to see, but if it's not broken, why fix it?
Second and inches. Fennick in that first half was 12 for 19 for 114 yards. And Ike McBride has dropped for a loss. Haven't seen that a lot today. Alvin Mack with the nice tackle, already has an interception in this game. But for Baltimore, that just their 4th tackle for loss, but their 1st in the run game.
Yeah, and she's more of a north-south runner. You want to get her, trying to head it towards the end zone and not toward the sideline.
2 receivers. And a nice little route there by Axis gets the first down to the 47-yard line. Lone Star mixes it up there on their first drive of the second half and gets another first down.
And don't look now, but they're already halfway to the end zone, Cam, and trying to tie this ball game up. Who would have thought that with a few minutes left in the first half?
Maybe we can get our stats and research team on it, but Lone Star, they were down 17. Trying to remember what the largest comeback in championship history is, but that's got to be right up there if they can pull it off. Bravado loses a yard.
Uh-oh, got a man down.
Oh, we do have a man down. John Walmsley, I believe that's the right tackle.
Yes. Next man up, Cam.
Yep. Oh, he got blown. I tell you, Joe Duncan is having it. Well, that was Al Walker, right? But this defensive front having a day. Al Walker bullying people up front, and it's always interesting, Eddie, when you get these shufflings going on. It affects a lot of things at times.
Yes.
Tackle Herman Kutschneister in now at right tackle. Ike McBride breaks a tackle, and then another, and then Joe Duncan drags her down from behind off the defensive line. First down to the Baltimore 39-yard line. That's McBride's longest run of the day.
And that right there, Cam, is a perfect example of what happens when you continue to use press man defense, because those corners and everyone else out there on the edges, they're locked up on their man, and they cannot provide immediate help. And if they can get past that first wave of defense, Cam, goodbye.
I don't know who that was for Baltimore, but we'll put it this way. They lost the custody battle. 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 39-yard line. Soto at the bottom of the screen. He is pressed. A dump out to Bravado. Bravado had to turn around, but actually pulls Frank Smith forward for 4 yards. Mateo Bravado making something out of nothing on that first down play.
Yeah, I thought there was actually going to be a sack there on the LSG offense, but, he took a half step back, surveys the field, and dumps it off to his fullback.
So far today, Axis and Adam Williams both with 4 receptions. That leads the team. Soto's got 3, Fennick 1, Bravado 1, and Ziggy Ronick has been kept off the stat sheet so far. That pass caught by Adam Williams. First down to the Baltimore 20. Both teams have been exploiting that sort of 8-yard box over outside the numbers with their tight ends today.
Deep out, Adam Williams, one-time one-time All-Star, Cam, and they just continue to take advantage of this press defense.
Adam Williams today now 5 catches for 47 yards on 6 targets. Also had that one-handed touchdown, the lone touchdown of the day for Lone Star so far. Fennick dumps it off to McBride. A lot of space. McBride inside the 15 down to the 14. Elijah Warfield makes the stop, a 6-yard pickup, and another good play on first down. Lone Star is staying ahead of the chains.
Yes, they are. This entire second half, this first drive here, the second half, they've been doing just that, trying to close the deal.
8 plays, 56-yard drive. Fennick is a perfect 5 for 5 as the Lone Star momentum continues. Ace, short side. Williams had to come back for it. That'll force a 3rd and short. Williams with his 6th grab of the day. And Lone Star, who is 5 for 6 on 3rd down conversions, will try to make it 6 for 7.
Yeah, Cam, and right now this is the biggest one of the game for both these teams. Lone Star trying to put 7 on the board. They're going to have to move the chains, and Baltimore wants to force them at a field goal attempt.
Stats pretty even right now. Hand off to McBride. McBride breaks the tackle, got a first down. Alvin Mack eventually stops her before the end zone, but it's another first down for Lone Star, their 11th first down of the game.
And actually, Baltimore guessed right. They actually caught a stunt out to that far side of the field, but just missed bringing Ike down. She's strong.
Average yards per play, Baltimore 5.1, Lone Star 5.0. First and goal at the 6. Counter to Ike. Ike gets to the 2. Thought there may have been a hold there on that outside, Eddie, but 4-yard gain. You see what I saw?
Yeah, I saw it too, Cam. It's a slow developing play, and you need that left tackle and the left guard in particular to hold their blocks, and they might have done just that, Cam.
Man out there looking like he's at the deli, raising his hand that he's next in line. Second and goal at the 2. He was trying to sell that super hard outside. Fennick back to pass. It's what a play by Alvin Mack. Jumped the route. I thought what you thought, Eddie. Williams was wide open.
I'll tell you what, Cam, I love the linebackers over there in Arizona. I love every last one of them. But if either one of them was to ever retire or leave me, Cam, Alvin Mack's agent is the first call I'm making.
12 plays, 67-yard drive since the start of the first half. Lone Star really wants to turn it into a touchdown. Third and goal at the 2. Fennick going to throw. Fennick end zone touchdown. Lone Star 16 unanswered. It's ace to deuce.
They have come all the way back, Cam, and with 3 minutes left to go in the first half, it looked like all was lost, but Lone Star kept their composure. No one on this team gave up. The coaches were confident in the game plan, and just like that, Cam, we are an extra point away from a tie ball game.
13 play, 69-yard drive for the Glory. 7 of 8 for 50 yards for Fennick on the drive, and Ike with some key runs to move the chains. The drive took over 4.5 minutes. And Troll's extra point is through. 17-17. What a start for the Glory here in this second half.
Cam, I was speaking with TJ Speaks, co-owner of Baltimore, early this week. He is also the defensive coordinator. He told me he actually had to call off work earlier this week to get this game plan together because Lone Star was giving them problems, and we're beginning to see just why right now.
The SFL convention is coming to Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip, July 10th through the 12th. HyperX Esports Arena at the Luxor as Irvin breaks free down the sideline. Of course he does. Irvin 50. Irvin 40. He beats everybody, and Baltimore says 17 points, not enough, touchdown.
Cam, Mike St. Green during the halftime break questioned why they brought this man in to play special teams on kickoff returns. I don't know if he heard him there in the locker room during the break, but he said, I'll show you why. And he just comes out here, puts on a show, makes one man miss, uses his speed to turn a corner. They cannot contain the edge. And Ivory Irvin, after all that work that Lone Star just did, tying this ball game up, and one play erases that work.
Irvin's first career, I believe, kickoff return for a touchdown. And that is despite Ace Fennick, according to Mark Lopez in our stats truck, completing 10 straight passes dating back to the first half, and it still doesn't matter. And if I'm Lone Star, I don't know how deflating is that, Eddie, because they've worked all this time to fight all the way back, and then on one play they're back down by 7 again.
Yeah, it's got to be deflating to take up so much time off the clock, Cam. They took up almost 5 minutes of play clock getting down there to tie this ball game up, only come right back down and scoring a kickoff return. That's got to be demoralizing.
I haven't done a read on kickoffs the whole game, and the one time I chose to do it, that is called the self-commentator's curse right there. I'm not falling for it again, as Soto is on the return trying to respond from his 3-yard line. From left to right, Soto is caught by Michael Sudduth first up to the 26-yard line. Let's try this again. The SFL convention is coming to the Las Vegas Strip July 10th through the 12th. HyperX Esports Arena at the Luxor will host the season kickoff, featuring all 28 teams in action. Live commentary throughout the day, every game on the big screens, and your chance to be introduced to the world as a football star. Room rates are just $80 per night stay. Visit simulationfl.net/convention for more information and to reserve your room. So, back at it is the Glory, and Mike McBride crunched by Saron Yates at the line of scrimmage. There's her numbers, 10 carries, 48 yards officially.
Yeah, and she had some promising moments there on that last drive, trying to keep the momentum going, but Baltimore's defensive line may have found some adjustments.
Canton, Minnesota, Seattle, and Indianapolis making their debuts at the convention. After being announced as the next expansion teams in the SFL at halftime, Mike McBride will give Lone Star a 3rd and 3. John Walmsley is questionable to return, but Eddie, what do you think of the new alignments and what we're looking like for season 19?
I think the North is up for grabs, and somewhere Harish, when he finds out the news about what division he's in, he's going to think that Carolina is indeed cursed.
Fennec against a blitz, steps up and lost the ball. It is recovered by Lone Star. That is Rylan Caudell, the center, who recovered and tried to get a first down, but ended up losing 2 yards. Yates, the 4th, was in there for some pressure, and Lone Star's got to just take a deep breath here after giving up that kick return.
Yeah, and for a moment there, that looked ugly. I thought that Ace was actually going to take off with the football, tried to wait for something to happen downfield. That press man of Baltimore is getting to him.
Irvin on the return from the 24 has a little bit of space, but then is cut down. Rukin makes the play on special teams at the 31-yard line. Let's go down to Tyler Falk, who talked with Baltimore about what their defense needs to do and is doing.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah, that's the last play on defense on that 3rd down is what Tim Johnson was asking of his team at halftime. We need to create more plays in the offensive backfield, get more sacks. They have a couple today and nearly got that fumble, but they want to see more of that as the game progresses.
Tyler, I'll come back to you in just a second with another thought as that pass is caught for a first down at the 45-yard line. It seems like all day today you've been talking with coaches about what they'd like to see out of their team, and then immediately we see their team do exactly that. Both teams being very receptive to the criticism.
And that's just good coaching, Cam. If you have good coaches, have good leadership, you're willing to follow them and just put your lives on the line for the team, for the crest, and for Lone Star especially. Just to talk about them a little bit, of course, the sale from Charles Doherty to Albert Regin and Greg Soto will take place after the football game. They're playing for Charles today.
Wigmore out to Murray, and Murray is cut down for no gain on the play. 2nd down.
2nd down, and Warren Murray, is just having a tough day out here today. Not the kind of day he's wanted. He's had sparks and moments, but he's looking to be a bigger contributor than this.
2nd down and 10 at the 44-yard line. 3:38 to go in the 3rd. Murray does have 2 touchdowns despite some struggles today, and he shakes off to the right side. Nice little wiggle there. Past midfield to the Lone Star 49. 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd and 4 and another big 3rd down, attempt coming up here by Baltimore, trying to expand on this 1-score lead. Look at Warren Murray out there in the open field. My goodness, Evan Lacey, he thought he had him wrapped up for a tackle. He just sidestepped him to his right and left him standing there.
Lacey's been quiet, a little bit quiet today, Eddie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Baltimore has really not tested Lone Star in that way today. Much respect.
They have not.
3rd and 4. 3 receivers top of the screen. Oh, Wigmore tried to go deep, and he's buried. A sack way back in the backfield, although forward progress will put it at the Baltimore 46. Tina begin with the takedown in the backfield. She has had a terrific postseason, and Lone Star gets the stop they needed.
Got the stop they needed, and Jack Wigmore is actually fortunate to be able to hold on to that football. He was sitting there in the middle of double clutching that football. Lucky to hold on to it.
Albert Begin and Yogi Barr taking over that ownership. Just a correction from Tyler's earlier report. Soto almost got away to the 19-yard line, and 2:33 to go in this 3rd quarter. And I feel like that was a really important defensive stop for the Glory, as Baltimore was about to turn this into one of those Sports Gamers Online stadium landslides that we've seen so often, Eddie, as we are here at Sports Gamers Online Stadium. Check out sportsgamersonline.com or check them out on YouTube, and see why millions visit their website and YouTube channel. 54-6 all-time at home is Baltimore, as Bravado, nice diving catch, picks up 5, rolls out of bounds. One of those 6 home losses was this Lone Star Glory franchise back when they were the Seattle Tyrants in the semifinals, 49-47. That was a classic.
Shootout. It was. And we seen just now Baltimore. I don't want to say the name of the play, Cam, but I saw them use this play a lot exclusively versus London last week. Didn't think I would see it this week, but here it is.
2nd down and 5. Fennec flips it out ahead of Bravado. But look at Baltimore all over it. 3 different defenders out there, including the free safety, Giovanni Bolt. But ultimately, that was Elijah Warfield making the stop outside. 3rd down and 4. Lone Star 7 for 9 on 3rd down.
Liam is in the chat begging me to say the name of that play, but I get a lot of criticism for naming out plays for these coaches.
1:48 to go in the 3rd. Fennec over the middle. Adam Williams again. Williams has been the man in the passing game for the Glory. Every time they need a catch, Williams has delivered today. His 7th.
7th catch on 9 targets, Cam, and anytime they need to move the chains, they have looked his way. Looking to go out with a bang.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Lone Star moving. Ike is covered up, and Ace is sacked. Well done by the Baltimore defense. That was Frank Smith coming out and defending McBride, as Baltimore's Nate Brown gets a sack. And every single person on this defensive front, Eddie, for Baltimore has made some type of impact play today.
I don't know if you've seen Nate Brown before, Cam, other than that video, but I think he's as big as he is in person as he is on the field. That's a big man.
2nd and 10. After that, I'm not sure it's a sack. Fennec 0 yards on the play in hindsight, as Bravado picks up 6. Frank Smith with another test. Smith's doing a great job out there defending the flats. And that'll bring up another 3rd down. Lone Star and Baltimore both have been reluctant to take shots, but the Glory continue to move the chains.
Smith got a lot of love in a Say It With Your Chest poll asking who the best linebacker was. He got a lot of votes.
3rd and 4. Fennec against the blitz, and it's incomplete. Threw it into triple coverage. And pretty fortunate at that, as Baltimore was bringing the heat in the title game. And I think Lone Star is going to have to punt this away. They got LA sits to try to pin them deep.
Cam, I am very impressed. Anytime Baltimore's come out here a number of times today, impressed man defense. I didn't think they would be able to hold these receivers for as long as they have today. But, I mean, they're getting great pass protection despite the blitz coming. And Ace is just having a hard time finding someone getting open.
So a punt for Sitz. Standing on their own 37, the grandkids of Charles Doherty, as Irvin returns it up the 24-yard line. Albert Begin with another tackle. He's got 7 this afternoon. Little stat box update. Jack Wigmore, 16 for 20, 164 yards and a pick with an 80 quarterback rating. Warren Murray, a little quiet, although he does have 2 touchdowns, has been big in the passing game, 62 yards on 6 receptions. And Ivory Irvin, 2 catches for 11 yards. That's a little surprising on 4 targets. Wigmore back to pass, crunched, out to Murray, breaks a tackle, spins away from another, and then gets popped I think Wigmore was hoping that he could have hit Chima deep, but Wigmore did not have enough time to get the pass off.
He did not. This time, Lone Star, it's their turn to play press defense, and they're doing a great job. And actually, that should have been a tackle for about a 1 yard loss. But, I mean, you know who caught the pass out there in the backfield and made a miss.
End of the third quarter, a Lone Star touchdown to Deuce Fennick and a Ivory Irvin kickoff return. Your scores in the third, 24-17. Baltimore still up 7. You're watching the 18th SFL Championship game on NXT. We'll be right back. Start of the fourth quarter here in the 18th SFL Championship game. 24-17. Baltimore on top of Lone Star. Handoff Warren Murray. And Murray's got a first down and more. Murray gets a block. Breaks a tackle. This one's from Mama Murray. Warren's wings get him into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And I guess my former teammate took it personal when I told them they were doing a great job of bottling him up today. He comes out and shows Baltimore why they brought this man out of retirement. It was for moments like this when the offense is having a hard time getting going, Cam. They haven't done much since the first half, Cam. And Warren Murray puts the team on his shoulders, puts him on his back, and escorts him into the end zone, trying to put this game away.
Warren Murray with his third touchdown of the day, and that gives him 106 on 15. And when people look at the box score, Eddie, they'll go, wow, Warren had a great day. And he really had been wrapped up before that 70-yard run to start the quarter. And all that effort that Lone Star put into that 17-point comeback and two monumental plays in the second half for the Vultures since put them up 31-17.
And the same thing happened, Cam, in that Week 7 matchup. You know, Warren Murray ended up with big rushing totals. I forget exactly what he ran the ball for, but it was over 100-something yards. And you think, wow, he had a great game. But they bottled him up for the most part throughout that game as well. But it was those two big runs, one in particular down the left sideline, that made the difference.
14 points for Baltimore in the second half on 8 plays. And Soto will return this one from 3 yards deep. Soto breaks the tackle. Man, running like a hamster on a wheel, man. He was blazing down the field. The SFL is partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Visit raredrop.co for more info on what the company does in the gaming community, and follow Rare Drop Sports on Twitch at twitch.tv/rdsports. Fennec in trouble. Fennec sacked. McBride was covered. They have really been on the McBride screen game all day, which is kind of surprising, Eddie, because Lone Star doesn't do a whole lot of that with Ike.
They do not, and it was actually Cam press man again, and the linebacker, I think that was Alvin Mack, who had to run all the way over there, had to fight through a lot of traffic, but did a Drake drop doing so, nowhere to go, and Ike was forced to eat it.
Is that one way to defend a screen game like that? Usually you see a lot of cover 2 shell, Eddie, but if you go press man and get the linebacker running out there with the running back, that's one way to do it, right?
You can, but as I said, you got to fight through traffic to get in there.
2nd and 17. Soto will get some of that back. 5-yard pickup. Warfield on the tackle. So we haven't seen Lone Star in 3rd and long in a really long time. And this will be a huge test.
It's a huge test indeed, because you can best believe that Sir Ryan Yates has been waiting for moments like this. It's 3rd and forever. He's got his ears peeled back, not even thinking about Ike. He's headed straight to the quarterback.
3rd and 12 with a bunch look top of the screen. Fennec to pass. Outside, race for the sticks. Axis could not get there. Oh, man, what effort by Dave Axis. Gave it all he had on that play, but it's going to fall short, and I don't think there's any choice. I think you got to punt it and just hope your defense can come up with something big.
You got to punt it this deep in your own end on 37-yard line. You got to punt this ball away. But, wow, what a great individual effort, like you said, by Dave Axis.
9:28 to go in the ball game, and it's slipping away from the Glory after they tied this one up 17-17 in the second half. Irvin on the return, and Irvin gets up to the 29-yard line. Rukin down there again on the stop and punt coverage.
Baltimore trying to put this game away. We'll see just how much more they give the ball to Warren Murray along with his teammate, T-Roy Gaines.
T-Roy has been a little quiet recently.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a whole lot of him up the middle. 3 carries, 10 yards. Has a catch today. It was a good one out of the backfield as well. Wigmore back to pass. Dumps it off to Murray. Surprising decision. And hit this Bogey Bar, making the TFL. I thought he was going outside.
I thought he was going outside to Mac Chima, who was wide open out wide for at least a game of about 5 or 6 yards, Cam.
Wigmore now 18 of 22 for 169 yards. No touchdowns today. It's been all Warren Murray and Ivory Irvin in the return game. Wigmore going to pass again. This time goes out to Irvin. Picks up 5, so 3rd and 7 coming up. Mickey McGuire leading the Glory in tackles with 6 solos right now.
Irvin held in check the #1 wide receiver with only 3 catches on this game today.
Baltimore's 5 for 8 on 3rd downs. Averaging 6 yards a play, outgaining Lone Star 288 to 227. Going to go 5 wide for Wigmore. Wigmore steps up, hit as he threw, passes intercepted at the 50 with room to return. It's Albert Begin again, 35-30, Albert Begin, 20, 10, touchdown Lone Star. Ivory Irvin not fast enough this time, and the Glory right back in it.
Cam, you have got to be kidding me. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. This game looked all but lost for Lone Star. In fact, I seen someone in the comments say, good game in my DMs. But this game is far from over as the pass rush got to Jack Wigmore, and Albert Begin takes advantage of it, taking that ball to the house. Once again, down by a single score.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but good gam is a combination of good game cam. Is that correct?
That's where I was going with that, Cam.
We like to have fun on the stats team. If you ever want to join our stats team and you're in the SFL community, you should. Mark Lopez got us a bingo today, as we like to play a little SFL bingo behind the scenes while we watch these ball games. And oh man, it's a lot of fun. This game has been a lot of fun as James Troll kicks the extra point. It is good. Albert Begin leading the Glory back, not letting him give it up. 8:23 to go. We'll be back after this. You're watching the 18th SFL Championship game on Next Level Sports. Back here at the 18th SFL Championship game, along with Tyler Falk, Eddie Gage. I'm Cameron Irvine, Justin Razad, Mark Lopez on stats, and we've always got so many great people helping us. Ralph over at Master Control today helping get us through our breaks all day long, and we've appreciated his help all season long. Mr. 2 and 10, Tyler Falk, down on the sidelines. They should be thanking you, Tyler.
Oh, they should, Mr. Irvine. Like I had mentioned at the beginning of the show, when I came on first saying not a whole lot of people expected a whole lot of Lone Star, well, I picked him to go 2 and 10 this season, and look where they are now. And I made a bet on Netma earlier this week. If Lone Star come away with the win, oh my goodness, quick pass. If they would have come away with the win, I'd wear a 2 and 10, either flat cap or dunce cap, and maybe wear a 2 and 10 shirt instead of a nice suit and tie like I thought I was going to wear.
Is that at the convention? Is that coming up at the convention?
At Las Vegas convention, yes, sir.
That's fantastic. Well, we'll just leave it at that, Tyler. We'll see what you got wearing in Las Vegas here with 8:15 to go. 2nd and 10 at the 28. Thank you, Mr. Falk, for the report. 31-24, Baltimore still up 7. Lone Star not letting him take it easy. Out to Irvin, first down. Beats Bo Martin on the out route, and that is the longest reception of the day for Irvin, now 30 yards on 4 catches.
And they called that play back-to-back plays. The first time they looked for Lloyd Graham because Ivory Irvin was slow out of his break, couldn't get there in time before Jack had to let the ball go. But this time, he does a great job getting to his outlet and finding his receiver.
Michigan in the chat. I want Tyler to pick us to go 2 and 10. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be a badge of honor for these teams. Stop giving Tyler such a hard time. 1st and 10 at the 40. Outside to Warren Murray. And Murray, for the first time today, cannot break through the initial tackle. That's Nate Hall on the wrap-up. And a pickup of only 2.
Yeah, Nate Hall said, don't worry about it, big man. Bo, I can take care of this one myself.
2nd and 8, 31-24. This is shaping into a classic, Eddie. One of the best championship games ever. We'll see how it turns out, but my goodness. Baltimore was up 17-0. Lone Star came back to tied it, then 14 unanswered for Baltimore. And Lone Star just had the pick 6 from Albert Begin. Short to Ivory Irvin. That's his 5th grab. All of a sudden, Irvin heating up. Is he hurt? No, he gets up. Woo! Slow to get up was Ivory Irvin. Got hurt earlier in these playoffs 2 weeks ago against London.
Yes, he did. And Mac Chima stepped up in his place big time and finished with that game with 8 catches.
3rd and short. T-Roy's your lead back. Murray behind him. And they hand to Murray, and Murray cannot follow T-Roy. He is decked in the backfield. Bogey Barr with the stop, and Lone Star gets off the field.
And it's almost like Jack Wigmore knew that play was headed for disaster, but you'd like to see him audible out of it because Lone Star shifted to that side of the field, anticipating the run, and as a result, Baltimore now has to punt. King Maxwell in the chat saying, uh-oh, Cam, he can feel it too.
The SFL is partnered with Laser to deliver digital SFL player trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards. You can buy SFL card packs through Laser's store. Visit laser.gg and click the Join Alpha button to connect your Twitch account and begin collecting. As Soto gets it up to the 16. Another great punt from Sam Shepard for the Vultures, pinning Lone Star deep in their own territory.
You know, Cam, I was talking to Albert Begin and Greg Soto before the game, and they said that they have been anticipating playing Baltimore in the championship since they lost to them in Week 7. They've been practicing, playing them every week, and it looks like it's starting to pay off here late in the 4th.
Fennick under center. Mike McBride off to the right. Fennick gets the pass outside. Almost caught, but dropped on the far side. Ben Stackenpaper was literally wrestling for the football with Dave Axis. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
I have not either. I thought Ben was going to come up with the pick, and after the deflection, I thought Dave Axis initially came down with the football, Cam.
Unbelievable. Like 2 seagulls at the beach fighting over my sister's French fries. I can't stand when she feeds those leftovers to all those birds. Hand off, Ike McBride. Love you, sis. She's in Germany right now, enjoying herself. 3rd and 8. Ike McBride on the 2-yard carry. Troy LaShaw a little slow to get up, but he'll get some help from his teammate.
I lived in Germany for 2 years, Cam. I loved it over there. If it wasn't so cold over there, Cam, I could easily call that place home.
Liam with the chat win, vulturing those fries. Yes, exactly.
First man against 5 wide.
3rd and 8 at the 17-yard line. Fennec, got to get rid of it. Fennec hit as he threw incomplete. They just nobody could get open, Eddie, and now it's 4th down, and Lone Star's got a punt. They're not helping their defense out, which got the pick 6 that has kept them in this game.
And what was so dangerous about that play, with Lone Star going 5 wide, that left one a single safety high. And had anyone got open, Cam, it'd have been catch and run.
Tyler Falk, you talked to these 2 owners just recently, and you asked them if they were prepared for a game like this.
And both responded with yes, and both responded that all their sims were decided within about 3 points of each other, so expect an exciting conclusion to this football game.
Thank you, Tyler. 5.5 to go in the 4th quarter. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. First down, great field position for Baltimore, up 7. Trying to milk this game and put it away, and Warren Murray just cannot get anything going. Only 31 yards outside of his 70-yard touchdown run on 16 carries.
And Cam, pre-snap reads is just about as important as anything else in football. And just before the snap of that ball, Lone Star shifted their linebackers to the strong side of the field, left Murray with nowhere to go.
2 receivers in the pattern. Now 4 go out in the pattern. Oh, it's caught. What a throw. Nice pass to Ivory Irvin. He's been a difference maker in the 4th quarter. Baltimore's now in scoring position.
That was easily Jack Wickmore's best throw of the game, Cam. He literally threw Ivory Irvin open.
Wow. First time we've really seen him go after Evan Lacy at all today. And that was a perfect pass.
In the first game, particularly in the first half, Baltimore attacked Lone Star early and often downfield. Haven't done so much today.
Chance to milk some more clock for Baltimore, up 7. And Wigmore already starting to do it a little bit. Searoy Gaines with a carry, nothing. Defensive line and the front 7 in general, terrific. Jay Mart comes in to make the tackle as the defensive line opened up a lane for him.
It would be a 49-yard field goal attempt from here. We'll see if Baltimore even lets the ball leave out of the hands of their running back on this drive.
2nd and 9 at the 32. 4 minutes to go. Baltimore protecting a 7-point lead. Both teams have a defensive or special teams touchdown today, and Warren Murray gets free off the left side down to the 12.
Wow, and I thought he was off to the races again, but Lone Star comes up with a clutch tackle there by Freddie Trammell to save a touchdown.
In the grand scheme of things, Eddie, I'm not necessarily sure that's such a bad thing. You're trying to force a turnover, but the last thing you want is Baltimore getting 4 yards of play and never getting the football back. At least now if they do score, you may have a little bit more time if you can't force the turnover.
Yeah, and the defense they called up on that play, Cam, is great for a lot of things, but in that example, that shows a great illustration of why he can come back and haunt you.
Heavy to the left of the formation, the Vulture offense, 3:16 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Wigmore going to throw. Oh, dangerous play. Michael Suddeth is crushed and somehow hung on to it for a 3-yard pickup.
Ken, we saw Baltimore dial that play up early in the first half, in the first quarter, and that ball was deflected away. And this time they would come up with it, but in both instances, it was almost picked off.
From Mark Lopez today, that 7 times they have stopped Murray for no gain or for a loss today for Lone Star on 18 carries. That's pretty impressive. But right now, the time is their biggest enemy. 2nd and 7 with 2:35 to go. This could be the last play before the 2-minute warning. The handoff goes to Murray, and Murray picks up 4 So Baltimore does not have to run another play here, Eddie. And, Lone Star just hoping to get the ball back with minimal damage.
Yeah, they would love to find a way right now to either strip the ball or force a fumble or get an interception or something. They need something right now to swing in their favor to avoid a 2-score lead deficit, excuse me.
Lone Star's been scratching and clawing their way back from the moment we kicked off, and Baltimore drove down the field and got a first possession touchdown. That's your 2-minute warning. We'll be back after this. Lone Star trying to stay alive. Baltimore looking for their 3rd title. This is the SFL on NXT. Game 153 of the SFL's 18th season has 2 minutes left in it. 31-24, Baltimore leads Lone Star. The handoff to Warren Murray. Warren Murray, number 4. Touchdown, Vultures.
Warren Murray came out of retirement, and who would have thought after sitting on the couch for about a half a season, he would come back in the second half. He got nominations to get some MVP votes here, despite playing only half the season, and now he's looking to secure an MVP nomination in the world's biggest game, the championship.
A legendary performance by Warren Murray, 100 and unofficially 201 yards of all-purpose offense and 4 touchdowns on 29 touches. That is just remarkable. Extra point is good.
TJ Speaks, the co-owner of Baltimore, does not speak often during games, but you could tell he's starting to get a little bit comfortable as he's in the chat congratulating Warren Murray.
All right, so Greg Soto, one of the best returners in league history in terms of average. We know he's got it in him. They need a quick score if they don't get it on special teams with the offense. And Lone Star does still have all 3 timeouts, but they're going to have to work quickly.
He did it versus Sioux Falls, Cam. Let's see what he does here.
Soto 1 yard deep in his end zone and gets it out to the 24-yard line. Today, Lone Star has punted 4 straight times here in the second half since that touchdown. But their touchdown drives, which they've had 2 of them, 13 play, 70 yards, and 6 plays, 25 yards. They have not had the big explosive plays that have gotten them down the field quickly. They really need to call on something here. First and 10 at the 24. Press man against a blitz. Wobbly pass. Nearly ice the game right there. And that decision by Baltimore to press these receivers has really
Yeah.
made a difference in Lone Star trying to hit them deep.
And Cam, I'm gonna call out the name of Max Paul, as he often changes things up. You don't see the same thing week to week, and I'm starting to say the same thing about TJ. I'll elaborate on that in a minute.
Empty 5 wide here. Just one man in the middle. That's Mack. Actually,
One
that's
man
Smith.
in the back.
Fennec. Got to get rid of it. Throws it short middle. That's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 10.
You know, Max Paul,
yeah, go ahead.
The former coach of Alaska and Florida, he's known for mixing things up. You never see the same thing in consecutive weeks. It's hard to game plan against them. And TJ came out in a 4-4 defense versus Lone Star in a Week 7 matchup. And again, the playoffs. I have not seen it at all today. He's done a great job.
3rd and 10. Empty 5 wide again. Fennec going to make some magic happen. Fennec. Deep down the field, tipped up and incomplete again. Giovanni Bolt. Now it's 4th down. 3 straight incompletions for Ace Fennec. They're trying to force the issue down the field, but Baltimore has given them nothing deep.
Nothing deep. Again, press man. And that time he actually had great protection from his offensive line, but nothing doing. These receivers are having a tough time getting open.
The longest completion today for Ace Fennec is 15 yards. That was to Adam Williams. Now they flip 5. Looks like Baltimore's backed off a little bit here. Fennec on a 4th down and 10. Needs it to stay alive. Oh, got it! What a throw to Deuce Fennec! In between 2 players, and the Glory won't go down.
And that time they played off-man defense, Cam. They still brought the blitz, but the receivers were able to get some separation and get a big 1st down.
Loshaw nearly took the head off of Fennec. His 3rd reception of the day. That goes for 23, and that's Fennec's longest pass of the day. They did take the timeout. 1st and 10 at the 47. Fennec to throw again against pressure. Sack. They brought it. Al Walker again. 2nd and 13. Blitz again. Fennec over the middle. Caught. Deuce Fennec. Gotta hurry. 3rd and 3.
Get on the ball.
Can't spike it. Need 2 downs here. 1:12 to go. Fennec again, middle. Tipped up by Frank Smith. 4th down again.
These linebackers for Baltimore are just fantastic.
That is the 11th pass deflection unofficially today. 3rd by a linebacker. 4th and 3.
That was actually Alvin Mack on a deflection, Cam.
Nice job by Mack. 4 tackles today, tackle for loss. That pass deflection and the interception. 4 wide, another 4th down for Lone Star. Trying to keep their championship hopes alive. Pass, caught! 1st down to the 37, and that outside is Herbert Pilau. 3 receivers all to the top of the screen. Somebody's off the field due to fatigue on this drive.
Yeah.
And that pass is caught by Ziggy Roenick. And if I'm Lone Star, I'd like a timeout here.
I think it's Dave on the sidelines, Cam.
Yeah, you got to get your guys some rest. That pass is incomplete, probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah.
This Lone Star offense gassed on this no-huddle drive, trying to get down the field. They've already run 10 plays.
Dave on the sidelines huffing and puffing. But there's no time to be fatigued right now, Dave. Get back out there.
He's back out there now. Fennec 29 of 45, threw it 59 times the first time these teams met. Empty backfield, 5 wide, 3rd down and 6. Pump fake down the field, incomplete. Giovanni Bolt knocks it away. Another 4th down. This is the 3rd of the drive.
Giovanni Bolt doesn't drop many opportunities like that one, Cam.
This drive personifies this whole game. I mean, Baltimore just wants to be done with it. And Lone Star Baltimore cannot shut the door. Here's another 4th down for the Glory. 4th and 6 with 36 seconds to go. 2 receivers to either side. Fennec out of the empty. Fennec throws it, knocked away, and Baltimore is going to do it. Eddie Marvin Himes with the deflection.
Marvin Himes gets the deflections, jumps up, looks at
Bolt,
the crowd.
Actually.
Excuse me. Enzo Bolt jumps up, looks at the crowd. They're making a great deflection. Looks at everyone and says, thanks for coming. Good night. Now drive home safely as Baltimore is about to wrap up yet another championship.
The Glory will spend their timeouts for a pomp and circumstance, but the Baltimore Vultures are going to hang on. The over-under of 54.5 hit the over with 62 today. Baltimore covered. And the Lone Star Glory, Eddie, all day long, they were in the thick of this, but from the moment, honestly, Eddie, I was a little surprised that Lone Star didn't want to receive the ball. We all know that Baltimore usually gets the ball to start the game. And if I'm Lone Star, I want to try to get out ahead of this. They've been playing from behind the whole day because Baltimore scored on that first possession.
You know what, Cam? I picked up on that as well when I played them a few weeks ago. I told myself if I win a coin toss, I'm going to elect to receive. I'm not sure what it is they like about that, but I was going to try something different, and it worked out in our favor. But, we're being reminded in about a stats team, Cam, that Ace Finnick has fewer completions than Wigmore has pass attempts. Wow.
That is that's impressive by Jack Wigmore. It speaks to his efficiency, although Albert Begin had his number today. Albert Begin did everything he possibly could to keep the Lone Star Glory in this game. And Eddie, I remember that game against Baltimore, and you changed it to receive, and I think Eddie just wants to not give Baltimore what they want. I think that's basically all this is. But the Baltimore Vultures, they usually get whatever they want. This team has now won 3 championships in the last 4 seasons. And your Baltimore Vultures are the season 18 SFL champions. Congratulations to Baltimore. What an accomplishment. A heck of a performance by Lone Star as well, as they gave Baltimore a great game.
Lone Star hung with them as long as they could, but I believe, in my opinion, the short field that they gave Baltimore early in the first half is what actually became down to their demise, because you just can't give an offense so efficient as Baltimore's, short fields consistently, and they did that with some early turnovers. They ended up righting the ship, Cam, but by then they just put themselves behind the 8 ball just too far. It was just too much to come back from. Although they did come back to tie this ball game up, you just wonder how much it took out of the sails of this offense. And if we saw Dave fatigued in the second half on the sidelines when they needed him most, for Christ's sake. And you just wonder how much it took out of them to try to get back in this ball game. But take nothing away from Baltimore. They're the world champs for a reason, and they just find different ways to win week in and week out. And today, it was Warren Murray's day, as we see him running for umpteen 100 yards on this game, wrapping up the MVP trophy. He's going to be the victor of that. He's probably going to, dedicate this game to his mom and everyone else in his family. Congratulations to that young man. But hey, Lone Star fooled everyone, myself included. I had them going 4-8 in the season, Cam. They came back and shocked the world, getting this far to the championship game. So they need their respect as well. And I'm sure they look forward to trying to get back here again next season.
And a new era is about to begin in Lone Star with Albert Begin, Tina Begin, and the rest of the Glory. Lone Star on that last drive, 12 plays, 44 yards. Fennec was 4 for 11 on that drive. That's more incompletions on that drive than Wigmore had today. Wigmore, 24 for 30, 232 yards. Did have the 2 picks, no touchdowns. Stayed as efficient as he could. All but Albert Begin. There's Warren Murray's official day. 198 all-purpose yards, 20 carries, 130 yards, 4 touchdowns. Warren Murray, in his first ever SFL championship game, gets the Vultures their 3rd. For all of us at the Simulation Football League, this has been a wonderful 18th season. We'll send it back to Josh Circle and Mike St. Green after the break to wrap up the season and Baltimore's title. We'll be right back after this.
And welcome to your APM Music Post Game. Congratulations to the Baltimore Vultures, 5-time SFL champions. Mike St. Green, your thoughts on the game?
Well, great performance by Baltimore in this defensive line. That's what stood out to me the most in this game. These guys have been fantastic throughout the entire playoffs, and they really gave Ace Fennick trouble all game long. These guys were either sacking him, I think, ended up with 6 sacks, or either pressuring him and hitting him as he throws all game long. And one thing I did notice this game, Josh, they blitzed him play after play after play. Press coverage and blitz. They challenged this Lone Star passing game, and they came out ahead with it.
Yeah, an outstanding organization. Baltimore is from top to bottom, and they took Lone Star top to bottom. Scored on the opening drive. Ivory Irvin had the kick return for the touchdown. The only points that Warren Murray was not responsible for, he earned a well-deserved MVP award with his 4 touchdowns. Ike McBride did not get a lot of volume, only 12 carries on the game for 57 yards. I was a little bit of a surprise to me, Mike, just that you didn't get her more involved in the game. Obviously, it's a little more difficult to run the ball when you're playing from behind, as Baltimore did. Did anything else in this game stand out to you?
Yeah, it would have been ideal to get Ike McBride involved in this game, but as we mentioned, that front seven of Baltimore was just great, so it was kind of tough to get her involved. We thought pretty much Albert Begin had saved this game for Lone Star with that pick 6, and we thought these guys could get back in it, but then, these guys answered with a nice drive, and Warren Murray with that 70-yard touchdown run. It's like, as soon as these guys seemed like they would get back into things, Baltimore would figure out a way to answer, and it was kind of difficult for Lone Star to get, into the ground and pound that they would typically like to do. And like I said, this secondary, they challenged these guys with the press man pretty much most of the game. And it just made it difficult for these guys. And these guys are the best team, in the SFL and sim football for a reason. 3 championships under the last four seasons. And they're just great. And I think they pretty much today have solidified themselves as probably the preeminent franchise in SFL history. I mean, we have Florida with 3 championships and a couple of championship appearances. And of course, we know Queen City with the 4 championships. But these guys, man, they are just they've just been monsters over the past couple of seasons, and they're well deserved. And I think they're the best franchise in league history right now.
Best franchise in league history. It might be, as you noted, fighting words to some of our friends at Fort Lauderdale, but you can't argue with the resume. But, for me, you look at the offense, and it is just historic. I think if I get this stat right, 4 times out of the last 5 seasons, this offense was ranked 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, and they were ranked 1st in the last 2 seasons. Jack Wigmore, who obviously came on a few seasons ago to replace Mike Dazzo, and just the offense never missed a beat. They won a championship that season. They won a championship the season after that. And now you're adding Warren Murray, one of the best running backs to ever play in this league, and you add him as well. The offense as a whole today, though, was not really firing on all cylinders. Cam mentioned this a couple times in the game. Lone Star really did, with one obvious exception, did a great job of shutting Warren Murray down. He finished the game with 132 yards rushing on 20 carries. You take out the 70-yard rush, and it's a pedestrian day for Warren Murray, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, and a pretty much pedestrian day for Jack Wigmore as well. But these guys figured out a way in the special teams. Ivory Irvin, I didn't think he was going to come through today, but he did. And then, like I said, that one big play from Warren to really make a difference in this game. And these guys did a great job of doing that. And congratulations to the Baltimore Vultures, USFL champions again.
And congratulations also to the Lone Star Glory, a terrific season. This has been a franchise that has done so much. We started the day with 24 franchises. We now end with 28. Congratulations to our expansion bid winners, and congratulations one more time to the SFL champion, Baltimore Vultures. For all of us at Simulation Football League, and for Mike St. Green, I'm Josh Zirkle. Until next time, we will see you on the internet. Good night from Sports Gamers Online Stadium.